or your idols, shit can be real disappointing, man. Guess they was right. Fuck it. You asked for it, now your ass about to get it. Don't run from it. Take this ass whipping like a man. You asked for it, now you about to steal. Get it any way you can. Get it any way you can. I say some of y'all the greatest, but obvious you hate it. Once among the playlists of the underground sacred. A bunch of y'all niggas we grew up and used to listen to turn out to be haters with careers all up in the news. So dope over beats sounds stupid when you speak. Somebody from your camp should revamp your Twitter feed. Take control of your account, make you bounce a couple weeks. Jealousy runs deep, weirdos, peers, plastic beef. See, we peep the jargon, whole style chump and Sonny Carson. Maybe truth in the street, step a certified markless. But on the mic, I'll smoke your ass like Newports in a carton. Pause, beg my pardon, I ain't looking for no problems. Reaction from my passion for this art is to solve it. Anybody not true to the game, my dog walking. I'm the cure to the venom in your system. The gods knocking like thrust pumps on your girl when the head swirl, breaking the hard bottoms. You asked for it, now your ass about to get it. Don't run from it. Take this ass woman like a man. You asked for it, now you about to steal. Get it any way you can. Get it any way you can.
Jack is Jill on a Captain Hill. We don't accept your fucking acting guy. You're not of the element, it's Kamaal and I. Just a better making others the lender. Rapper Daniels already broke your VHS. Video Fox. Nigga got hurt. Xboxed away from the best. Tried to educate you with the studies of the rise of MF Doom. Or narcissistic stumbles and trifle gumbles got you exiled from the room. Disrespecting everyone as criminal, even the omnipotent. While you the inarticulate, insignificant, discrepant. Remember the indelible, intricate, militant, skill trader. Low life, never had to steal a garment. Iron butterfly with too many armament. The gold in the universal flag, understand subordinate. Your devils got you smacked to unknown coordinates. What? Yeah, we here. We here, God. We're building. We're building. We here. The album is out. Fucking killing. Yo, man, already people building. I appreciate y'all. It took me a long time. Yo, I've been out all day just doing errands and grocery and dad things, you know what I mean? But word is bond, you know what I mean? And my daughters are great, you know what I'm saying? I told Kamaal that my daughter walked in while the album was playing and said that Jordan versus Elo, the verse I just played, that was some fucking fire. And then Remembered Imperfection played. I played her that so she could hear her sister, and she loved it. And then she looked at me after the song was done, and she's like, "Damn, man, you could really fucking rap."
See what I'm saying? Hey, what I say?
Oh shit, yo, peace to Indigo, Indigo. My twin brother just said he loved the cover. He said it was like some Indiana Jones shit. So he liked the cover. Same soul, Sosa, peace, man. Appreciate you. Colin, you said when's the next Duck Down Dive? For those that don't know, I also do the Duck Down Dive, where I feature an album that was released by the Duck Down label. So don't be like, yo, dude, into the stage. Do The Shining. Technically, I'm not doing those, you know? But I don't know what the next Duck Down Dive is, though. Like, I do them off the cuff. So I got to look through the catalog and see which one I have. Yo, I'll keep it real with you. Not everything in the Duck Down catalog I love. There's some albums I don't think that have any. But more importantly, I got to pick something that I have something to say about it. Right? I'm not going to just say, hey, revisit this and it's fire and shit. It's promotional for Duck Down. But it's my journalism, you know. So I don't know, Colin, because I gotta look through the catalog and decide what's next. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll tell you, I thank you for the support because I do some real crates. Like I did the Blue Scholars, and people don't know about Blue Scholars, but that didn't get that many. That didn't get that many hits. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like people don't want to know. They just want to see me talk about the Shining and Into the Stage again and again. And then I go, they don't even pick like other Helter Skelter albums that were like obscure. They want to hear the first one. And I'm like, man, if you ain't got that, like, we all know that first one. Like nobody need to get that. That's like we're talking about Whitney and we just keep talking about I Will Always Love You. Like, right? Yo, again, appreciate peace to the God Saralar, man. Appreciate you, supporting, Yeah, yo, this live took me a minute, man. This live took me a minute to get here,
Hey, man.
All right, OG known for smoking, man. I haven't seen you in a while in the classroom, man, but definitely looking out. That's one of the dope producers right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. I want to hear his stuff.
Yeah, he dope. Got instrumental albums, got everything,
Mm-hmm. Man, God, that's peace, man.
Word.
Man, it's a phenomenal thing, man. I'm real excited about this album, man. I'm also excited, man. Like it's been like a couple people that dropped some stuff. Yesterday, Fam Indigo dropped her album.
Yeah.
Which is also available on Bandcamp.
That's
man.
right. Right.
Yeah, I mean, it was phenomenal, man. Like she really did her thing in the wee moments of close time and like wrapping the album up. Like it was like something that needed to be corrected in a mix and everything. And man, like man, you know how meticulous I am and how when it comes to like
that's right.
right. And she caught something that I didn't catch. And man, she did all she could, and she like, man, she scorched the earth, man, and like to get a last minute track like remixed as far as like quality and stuff, man, and vocal wise, and here we are, God.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I think I know what you're talking about. I'm gonna ask you later.
Yeah, man.
Yo, man. I said some of the stuff when I was talking in the last IG and shit like that, but this now that it's out, you know what I mean? Yo, we definitely need True Cypher in here to go. Yeah, so if you let him know, like, you get him in here. I wanted to build with los dominicanos, coño. Fue más que un vaina aquí.
Y'all hear that? Hey, put y'all bat signals up, man. Matter of fact, man, throw that flag up, man. Somebody get their DM real quick, man, and like tell them like hop on, man. We need them on here.
Word. You know yo, the earth want to be a background dancer. Hell yeah. Oh shit. Peace. Oh man.
The human life preserver, man. We was like so close, man. Like, woo.
I tell people all the time, I'm like super meticulous. I always say I'm an asshole, but tragedy told me don't say that. Tragedy said you say you're particular because you make such things how you're supposed to. So I'm very particular about everything. So
word up.
Of course we're family. So when we all working together and we putting something out, I want to make sure that everybody's joint be fired, that it comes out so board.
Word.
So I listen to the fluidity of the project. I listened initially just to hear how dope. Okay, this is dope. And then I went back while I was working on something to listen to the fluidity of the track lineup. And when I listened, I was like, okay, you gotta fix it. So, even if I had to stay up late, I was up to like 3, like, you got to fix this. And the next day, you're going to take care of this. And we got it done. As long as we make the deadline, that's all that matters.
Oh, man. Yo. Indigo, you're amazing. You're amazing. You know what I mean?
She got it done, guys. Like, man, she was on Cats, man, about getting it done. And then at the same time was working on mixes and everything for her new album.
Right.
Man, like, tell them that album is slapping. Like, realistic. It's
Brand new is in the chat, too. Brand new help with the mix.
Yeah.
project, and we just dropped our project yesterday, so we were literally working double time. But I was like, I can't have Kamaal and Sunez. Like, we got to get this thing lined up just right, because it needs Kamaal and Sunez on the track of.
I know, man.
Right?
Yeah. Oh man.
Yo,
when I heard that verse, I was like, we got one.
But you know what? It surprised me. Speaking of that track, it's like we've connected. I'm fortunate enough, man, to like be welcomed into like the fam and everything, rugged trad and the whole nine. But I'm telling you, it's like the way the God evolved back and whatnot, man, and the way Brand New like did his thing, because you come in with that mystique and everything and do what you do, you know what I'm saying? Often people try to like imitate, try to duplicate, but they just can't do it, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you do what you do. Me, I get in where I fit in, but it was like, man, the way the God came in, like in between, man, that bridge, and then like the way he shut it out, man, he was in them pockets, man. Like Sunez has like really evolved as an artist and very quickly.
I can't believe it. Like I was telling him, normally, I'm on the outside in the chat writing, but I naturally eloquently state, from listening and me being a person who has reviewed music, a blogger for years and listen, I really listen because curation is a thing of mine.
Right.
And to hear Sunez from the first, and when I heard the True Cipher Project, you remember I was over with the True Cipher Project.
Right.
So I'm listening and I'm like, oh my. How we've evolved from this project to this one.
I know, right?
I can hear the poetry, but the fluidity of the poetry, like it was kind of river type flow and vibes where he would give it all that energy. And then I hear this one, he done went and ran over Big Pun. I'm like, wait a minute,
Oh man. Oh man, I was like, yo, this song has indigo, and I had a poem where I was shadowing the Dead in the Middle of Little Italy. So I took the Dead in the Middle of Little Italy, little that we know we riddled. So I said, let me write verses on top of those. But they're hard to say, so I was like, I don't know if I can do that. You know what I mean? But then I just tried it, and like, yo, for those that didn't hear it, I said, dead in the middle of Little Italy. Little did we know led to the citadel of belittled penalty. Whittled pigs did bids we know. That we riddled some middlemen who didn't do diddly, but what we spittled on some fiddling men didn't bicillily. Oh man.
And I was like, okay, I need to go back to the drum board with my rap.
I know, man. I was like, but you know what? Like I told him the other night, and you were like online. I said, yo, when he get in that like Ali mode and start getting all up in there, what I do? I take my hip hop hat off. And I go ahead and I put my singing hat on. I'm like, you ain't about to fucking do me like that. Like, y'all go ahead and spit. I'm gonna
damn.
My Harry Connick Jr. on while y'all doing what y'all doing. I ain't,
Cypher, I asked him to come in here. Cypher's production is just so potent and powerful. The drums
are like
pulsating and mesmerizing at the same time. So
like for all of this, so it's hard. I said like I have like it's hard in the beginning, and a lot of songs it's hard for me to hear the pocket. So it's almost like I liken it to like someone swimming and shit, and now they lost the flow. They lost the stroke, and now I'm gagging for air and all that kind of shit, and I'm stumbling and shit. You know what I mean? But a lot of these songs, especially True Cipher beats, it's easy for me to feel it. It's easy for me to feel it and go in. You know what I mean? But yo, you know that when you talk about them switch hats, you know that the other hat you wearing is that Quincy Kamaal hat. And he be calling me up. He goes, I feel like he's doing this. Like he's got his hands like Quincy and shit. He's like, what we need to talk about here. Let me say this. Let me say this. It's about them pockets, God. It's about the pauses, God. You know what I mean? You can't have all those syllables in there.
Yeah, sometimes you have to go back in and edit, and I'm the queen of trying to squeeze everything in too. I'm trying to squeeze every word I want.
Yeah.
There was a lot of times though making an album on these songs where I saw something that looked beautiful on paper to me, and I was like, man, but it just doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
but you know what? I told you this during the first album, and I'll say this, and I think Indigo knows this as a MC as well. It's like when you are a profound thinker and you write so much, you have a whole lot on your mind and everything. You're so advanced that when you actually sit down and you craft a verse, you be like, man, when the beat is playing, you be like, damn, wait, why can't I put all this in this verse right here? And that's when you got somebody like me that'd be like, well, you know, that verse don't need all that. Like your thinking is like way up here, but like a verse for a song, it's like, I don't want to say dumbing it down, but I'm saying that it just doesn't take all that, like,
right.
All of us know within our wordplay and everything and how we craft things that there's a whole lot of stuff that we wish we could put into like one verse, but we just gotta like take a whole lot of that shit out and say, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It don't take all that, you know?
For fluidity purposes, because it takes away from it. But you know what? Sometimes I say, screw it, and I do it because I like to sound abstract at a time.
Right.
If I can make it kind of curve in there, even if it's like a
right.
Hit the curve.
Well, I'll tell you something. You and Kamaal, y'all got the dopest voices. You know what I mean? King could fuck it up and just be fucking harmonizing, and your voice has such a dope pitch, though. It just sounds dope. You know what I mean? I'm like,
play something for the people. Play something for the people. We want to hear this album.
Oh man, hell yeah! Let's play something.
Make sure y'all go buy that. Run that up.
Let's play that mind bend. Let's play that mind bend.
Yeah. Y'all know I'm King Kamaal, Sunez. Spit guards to make them stab it with go baggers. I'm a hazard. They telling me from the body blues I administer. The finisher, right up, and boom replenisher. Queen of the grimy, the filthiest of filth I deliver. Zero fucks, that's what I give her. Correct that is for twists of the dab in the river. I'm so cold, and that's a shiver. Maybe God's come to snatch your essence. I exude that for blessings. Kneel on my altar for your blessings. Check on these lessons. I'm an asset to anything that I'm reminded. I'm righteous God. I embody refinement. My circles around you like quicksilver. In a time when God is exalted, no binding. She bring your own business that you're minding. For your ass like a note passing class. If I'm so inclined, friend, I make your motherfucking mind bend.
Yo, the mind bender, gold blend. Verses sent to enemy fed. Rewind the mic and say contenders all condemned. Yo, the mind bender, gold blend. Verses sent to enemy fed. Rewind the mic and say contenders all condemned.
The oppressed start oppressing and they failed to learn their lesson. Watch the curse instead of blessing. Fall upon them with the stress. I'll be dressing for success and trying to alter the perception of the lost who got infection from impressions through connection. See the essence of it ever handed down from Jim Crow era. Whitewash theory claiming slavery made us better. Who could ever make this shit up? It's a hiccup in humanity. The devil on a mission is so sickening as they frantically bring back a time they had white and color bathrooms. Asian or Hispanic don't get sucked into the vacuum. Don't think you white cause you got it on your ID. Fuck around and find out they gon' try you like they try me. Don't get it twisted, I ain't talking about no white folks. I'm talking about you niggas with your ARs acting psycho.
Like red groove, but doodles through my mind store. If they move, doodles shoot that fucking whore. They're in the middle of Little Italy. Little did we know led to the citadel of the little penalty. Little pigs did bitch we know that we riddled some middlemen who didn't do diddly. But what we spittled on some fiddly men did quite sillily. My mind's overlapping while respect fake flapping bending. Avatar elements fun up to let me add a little out of letters. I wrote sediment sentence into reverence. Revolutionary eminence.
Ooh, what the?
Stop playing with us. Stop playing with us.
Yo, everybody got this shit off, but I will say, brand new, the way he mixed that and the way he was dropping the beat in and out on the
yeah.
Nobody told him to do that. Like, he did that shit and made it like he took something that was already up there all the way, like,
Yeah.
yo.
That's why I love the engineer who actually goes above and beyond.
Yeah, that shit.
The last minute thing, he could have easily just said, let me just throw them in here.
I know, right?
But he made sure he took his time to
Yeah,
get it right. So
that shit.
Thank you again, brand new. Like, that's Rugged Triad family. We a family.
Rugged Triad.
You guys know I love y'all to death. Y'all are my family. So
yo, man, we
I
love you
always
too.
go all out for my family. No matter what the situation is, we're gonna make sure that you get it straight and get it right. So congrats to y'all on such a dope project. I'm proud of y'all.
Congrats to you on such a dope project. You had me ready to go grab me some Hennessy and go put on my silk robe and whatnot.
Oh man, yeah.
Y'all poured my heart out in that one, and I mentioned you too, Sunez, in there in the song for Home Again.
Ooh.
Sunez in there. I was like, yo, I gotta go tap in with Sunez.
Man, gave you that shout out.
Oh, I gotta hear that. Oh man. You know I'm gonna go through it with the fine tooth comb and build on it. You know, Indigo got the Reel of 2023 book is coming out in January, and Indigo got a nice chunk in there. They got that nice chunk in there.
Project number 14 for 2023. I'm like,
yo.
But I'm not done. I got 3 more.
Man,
That's why the song with her gotta be called Mind Bend. The Mike Bend. The mind. That's what I said. I said the mind bend a goat blend versus sent to enemy fend. Rewind the mic ascent. Contenders all condemned. They can't fuck with us though.
I heard that. I said, ooh.
but you do know that your last line of your verse inspired the title of that song.
Of course, I said
it did.
Because the whole way I wrote the verse was like, yo, I gotta be crazy to even use pun lines, so I have to bend my mind. Like I'm like, that's why I said in the nightmare groove of doodles. Yeah. You said mind bend. That's why I said in the nightmare groove of doodles, loot my mind store. I'm fucked up in the head, like that's why I said that. Yeah.
I always talking about shit. Like in that verse, it's really about people always feeling like they love to bite and shit.
Right.
Oh, hell yeah.
Bite and then don't want to give credit. That's why I call myself Billy the goat. That's when I pop my shit because I like. And my boy Al is in here, and he said, you too humble with yourself, and that's a disrespect to your talent. That's where the alter ego Billy comes in, and it's like, look, this is out here trying to act like they don't see me, writing off of me.
Yeah.
And that's why I said toss her cadaver in the river, because this is an extension of me. Like, throw a cadaver in the river. It's not talking about nothing.
Man,
right. Yo, we're on the YouTube live. For those that don't be fucking with the IG, y'all can ask your questions and shit. You know what I mean? We're playing some cuts on the album and shit like that. The album is on Bandcamp. Link in the bio. I'm gonna put the link in the YouTube chat too. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And you know what's crazy is that when I write them, I see which songs we did first. Though the first song we did that actually came out on this album was Fett and Mando.
Yeah.
And now when I was like, yo, we was like a duo on this, I was like, yo, Boba Fett and I'm Mando, you know what I mean? And we just, but the second, what was it? Then we did Mind Bend. And then we did, what's funny? We did Mujer Hermosa. And that song is the one that I was most nervous about doing. Those are always the songs I'm nervous about doing, you know what I mean?
That be the dope one.
Yeah,
I know, right? Hey, that's the singing one, right?
Yeah. And I was like, Lelo Lai, you know, so those that don't know, Lelo Lai, that's a chant in salsa. And that's really a Moorish chant that passed on to
Right.
Jibaros in Puerto Rico and shit like that. And certain salsa singers like Ismael Rivera, Hector Lavoe and all of them, they started to bring that overtly, as a homage to like, the African origins and shit like that. You know what I mean? So I just started with that. That's why I said que ausencia, what absence, because that's a Lavoe song, ausencia,
Yeah.
And I love that. I love how y'all added the layers to it.
Yeah.
That's what really makes a project dope is when you add certain nuances to it.
Right.
That really bring it next level. So I love that one.
See, I'll tell you this though. Indigo. If I knew that the song was gonna be on the album, I might not have done all that. but fucking Quincy Kamaal has like, yo, just shoot these jumpers here. Just shoot these jumpers. You know what I mean? So all these songs, like the songs like Fat and Mando and Mind Bend and even Jordan versus Elo, like Kamaal's just giving me those and saying, drop this, like we don't know what it's gonna be and shit like that. Or where it's gonna go and shit like that. So I just have fun with it and shit. That's why I said the Hawk told me to swoop in. So Iron Butterfly swoon in. If the Hawk tell me to swoop in, I swoop in.
But you know what? Not to cut your wisdom, God, but on that particular song, it was crazy because I kept like hearing True Cypher like drop these like random like beats and stuff online with the little animated cartoon. And it was a, you know what I'm saying? And no, he be fucking with me when he do that shit. Like to drop it, and I'd be in his DM like, yo, he'd be like, nah, Lord, it ain't time. And I was like, and then when he put one up where he dropped like at least 2 or 3 of them that had like some Dominican or like some like Boricua like sauce and all of this sample.
Right.
Yo, I said, man, I need that right there, man. He was like, I got you. So when he sent me 2 separate versions of the same, like it had the same sample, and the second one, him and his brother, they did together and whatnot, because a lot of people don't know, and I know y'all put me up on it, that True Cypher, like before I saw the picture, before I became connected to them like that through y'all, I didn't know it was like 2 brothers, but when he sent the beat, he let me hear one, but then he let me hear another one where the drums was hit, and he know how I am with them drums. So I said, damn. I said, that's it right there. So I cut the equipment on, and I just started harmonizing, trying to come up with a chorus. And I was like, I can't come up with no words. So I'm just like having fun with that shit, but it sounded dope. And then I said, Sunez don't know yet, but he on this shit right here. He ain't got no choice, man. You gotta represent. You don't hear that Spanish in the background, man. Get that what I'm saying. And I sent it to him and whatnot, and
he be putting the pressure on me. Like I gotta represent for all of Puerto Rico, like every Puerto Rican that ever lived and shit. Like,
do this, man. You gotta represent.
Yeah.
For real, man. The pressure is on, man.
Yo,
yeah, man.
that song, I'll admit though, that song
for some reason that pressure.
Hope, yeah, man.
Right. So when you under that pressure, you put out some of your best work.
Yeah, man. That song was fun to do though. That song was fun to do, And then if you hear at the end of my verse, I'm singing something too. And that's an Angel Canales song, and I don't know, it just came out when I was doing it and I was fucking around.
I can tell y'all were having so much fun doing that. I could tell how much fun it was.
Oh, that song was fun to do, man. That song was fun to do.
But that was the intention, man, because a lot of stuff that we write and everything, it has its like serious elements, lyricism and all that and the whole nine. But this track right here, I felt like it was necessary because just like both of you all, you dope. You ain't got to be like on like 9 and 10 tracks all screw face and stuff like that and everything. It's like I could like you like, hey nigga, I could still hit you with the with the fire and still be clowning at the same time and whatnot, compromise like my art. And that's what it was about. It was about like having fun, and I there's somebody that don't like that song, when they cut that shit off, they're gonna be like, yeah.
Man, they're gonna be singing all types of shit with you, man. The King Mayfield, you know what I mean? The Chicago's Hawk.
Hey man, you know what? Being that I'm an OG, man, like all of us.
That baby face. Like okay, baby face.
You know what I'm saying? Whip a pill on the mic. Nah, but no, it's like I got like years behind me, and I don't hide that or anything like that, because coming from where a lot of us come from, many of us didn't think we was gonna make it past a certain standpoint in the whole nine.
Right.
So
right.
I mean, it is what it is, and the beauty of it is through each decade and everything that you go through, and you watch like hip hop evolve and everything, and you become a part of it because you are hip hop within yourself. You become little different bits and pieces of elements of all of the greats, and you become your own hybrid. Like I told the guy Sunez during like the first album, I said, yo, man, I'm a hybrid of you. I'm a hybrid of y'all. Like you all are both from the East and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hybrid of that. So this is what you get when y'all blueprint flows out there to the world, and it comes to a particular city that wasn't popping like that and everything. What y'all did spoke to me, and me, I am because of y'all. So when you hear me like on this album with you all and all that, or whatever the case may be, features of the whole nine, you're seeing me. You're pretty much seeing like y'all brainchild without even knowing y'all had like a brainchild like that. Like I'm a mixture of all that, and I love paying homage because I'm not a prideful person, man. And I gotta give y'all flowers every chance you get. That's why I said Sunez is the heartbeat. All three of these albums, and the major part that you played in like a lot of what we done done, man, and needed help doing in the whole nine. Like my homage to you, what you didn't realize, or maybe you did realize, of the album, the ethics joint that we, you know
Nice.
what I'm saying?
Speaker ethics, yeah.
Listen to that hook. Sound like you. That's Indigo inspired. I'm in the background with a low that's hypnotic. I'm saying I did that hoping that you would catch it.
No, I didn't catch it. I was that was hey. Man, I was like, yo, I said, this is how she was saying, man. I want to see if she catch this shit. Like me, I have ways of paying homage and whatnot, just like just like their songs throughout all of our projects, where the guy, whether he knew it or not, where he like, yo, man, yeah, Quincy Kamaal and all that. And I'm up there like, realize this is like bits and pieces of inspiration that you've done on the same track. This is also me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, this is what y'all created, man, subconsciously. You know? It's good to come out the bag. I think this is
right.
First year I really wanted to come out fully singing on hooks and getting more of that songwriting aspect, because I do like writing songs too. On the side of doing hip hop, so I wanted to incorporate something I like doing on the side with the hip hop to make it more melodic and stuff like so people. I'm not just grimy or this or that. Like I do everything.
Man.
Hell yeah. And you shit. Both of y'all be singing this shit, man.
But Indy, man, it be on a whole nother level. Like,
I be putting my little witchy La Bruja Negra spell.
Yeah.
I be driving, I be like,
oh man.
Kamaal said, you gotta let your friends know it's either King to them or King Kamaal. So I'm letting y'all know it's King or King Kamaal. I said, but I get to call you Kamaal. He said, yeah.
Yo, word is bond. For all y'all watching, they are the only two that can do that. Y'all, hey, I love
man.
y'all. I love y'all.
Yo, I be
Y'all.
calling King all types of shit. I be calling him Quincy. I be calling him the Hawk. I be calling him King Mayfield. I be yo. If they sang in Chicago, I be calling him that. If there's a soul singer, yo. If they sang Delta, if they sang blues.
Michael, I'm calling you Mikey. Shabam Sadiq, I call him Siddiqui. Like, I call people all types of shit.
Yo, man. Yo, but to the people listening, like what this album has and shit like that, and what all of us three here, the thing about that I love is that like Harmony said something dope. She said, "Peace to the King, the God King." I realized it when he went in on whomever that troubled student did. King don't play about you, and she was about me. But Harmony, let's clear this up, right? The song, there's, I said this on the IG post, my last IG post, that I called it Burnt Silk and Blessed Builds because Kamaal's the silk peddler. And he burnt that silk on motherfuckers in this album. You know what I'm saying? And I just followed suit. And that song, the song Circus Tent, there's so many people just trying to get out of here while we was living real life, right? While we was living real life. You know what I'm saying? And Circus Tent is Indigo and King Kamaal going at where's Bond? I'm forgetting his name. From Let's Be Real, from Abyss podcast. He made a wait, say it again. I forgot his name already.
Lucky.
Yeah, Lukey Cage. Yeah. Sound like a bad candy bar. You know what I mean?
But yeah.
But like he went at.
And if you watching, you a sucker.
Yeah, he went at AP the Overlord and wanted to diss him. Now we got love for AP the Overlord. That's our brother, right? That's the God. But that's not why. That was not what the problem was when he had it with me. The problem was I said that I didn't even tell him it was a bad song. First, it's a bad song. He can't. It sounded horrible. It just sounded. Yo, I'm like, wait a minute. King is calling me and making me do 20, 30. I'm doing 30, 50 takes on songs to get the pockets right. And this motherfucker just say whatever and all this shit. But yo, he was getting AP with gossip. And I said, listen, you made a diss song, but you didn't really diss him. You just called him names and you used gossip that you didn't show him proof. And you didn't even talk to these people. You didn't talk and
threw me in it. I've never spoken to him.
He didn't talk to you. He don't know you. So it's real hoe shit. It's like, I was at this show and he told me this. And it's like, oh my God, like it's all that kind of shit. It's hearsay. And it's something I even had to address. It's something that certain brothers be doing, and some of them are well-meaning, a lot of them is not. But certain brothers be doing that. We gotta learn wisdom knowledge though, because I had to address that even in the class. They're like, yo, you be dealing, like how you deal with students that's not writing exact and shit, and how you don't know. First of all, we're not fucking soothsayers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if I know somebody's gonna be a fucking dick or be difficult to teach, that don't mean that I say no to him. A student that's difficult doesn't mean that they're not a good student. It's like the Tao Te Ching says, the great student the great teacher is responsible for the bad student. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like that first song, that Circus Tent song is directed at him for putting us in there. And after I said that the song was about gossip, was all gossip, he blocked me and started making fun of me about things that he don't even want to see.
At all.
Let me tell you, if he's walking down the block or hey, and he sees me with them swords, that motherfucker is turning around.
Yeah.
Let me just solidify this for anybody who's watching. Whoever put my name in raps and shit, I don't do rap beats. My rap in Circus Tent I had already wrote because I always deal with clown ass niggas all the time. You know what I'm saying? So there's a clown for every rap that I write about. There's always some fucking nigga that got his friends in a bunch about me that I don't even know, never met me. But we're cool now. Me and Preem just weren't working or building or talking like we used to. You want to throw me in there.
Right.
Of course, I do my due diligence to go to Cream. Like, look, I know we haven't been speaking or doing whatever, but I would never
Right.
throw you under the bus to nobody about anything of that nature. I'm a grown woman first and foremost. I don't give a fuck if me and him were on bad terms. Now I'm gonna jump on your ass, one, for putting me in it. Two, I'm gonna always have love and respect for people I've worked with, even if I'm not dealing with them. Don't drag me into shit. Three, I show up, I pop up, I slap niggas, and I do all the shit I rap about. Don't talk about me because I don't.
100, 1 fucking 100. You know what I mean?
Everybody's not playing with y'all, and that's just where I'm at with you.
The show, and I want to add to that. First, I want to say, peace to the God Malik Ali. He's under Leak Sizzle. He's producer also out of. Yeah, he out of C Medina, man. That's like one of the originals out of like C Medina.
Peace to the God. Peace to the God.
Yeah. Peace, God. Peace. And that's exactly something that when I wrote my part for the song, I didn't just come out like, you suck a bitch ass, this, that, no. It was like I wanted to actually give like laid out thing to let people know this is the clown shit he did. This is the snake shit he did. Months after you sneak this, and months after you like praised them and everything. It's crazy. These two jokers, because that's exactly what I call them, jokers associated with clowns. These two jokers, they had opportunities or were physically in front of like Sunez, you know what I'm saying? Or interacting like how we interacting right now. But then when they get like safe at a distance and miles away, it's like, they want to
right.
Yeah. And everything.
Yeah.
And like Andy said, everybody is not playing. That's not a threat or anything like that. But you gotta understand. Look, the three people, especially these two people right here that I'm on here rocking with, like they're very loved people, and it's like they don't have to stoop to your level or get involved in any type of mess. But what you don't understand is that people like myself and other people love them and have so much love for them to where whatever be, and it don't have nothing to do with them or me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I appreciate you defending my honor. Like, I played that song loud in my house, and everyone's like, looking up for you. Like, yeah, because that's my bro. And the same thing about Sunez. Like, we all love Sunez. I had the conversation with the big podcast person because Cage had blocked me too. So, of course, I sent the message, look, I'm in your city, and I pull up to shit. So, talking about me and not what you want to do, because I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Don't disrespect. I'm the most respectful person.
Absolutely,
and don't ever let the fact that I'm righteous, whatever the case, fool you into thinking that I'm just running over here, piddling around, trying to be on the straight and narrow. I will step off the path, smack you, and jump back on. Stop playing with me, because to bring a woman into men's business is just so low vibration. I don't do anything to try to help people, love one of my fellow brothers and sisters, and build with them and learn from them. So to try to bring me into things, it's just ridiculous. I appreciate you, Kamaal, for one, making me aware of the situation, because I had no idea what was going on. And two, defending my honor. And I had to tell him about Sunez as well, but I don't play about Sunez. So if I pull up and catch you in the street, just know if you're not being apologetic about this scenario, you know where it's going.
For real.
So he was like, I didn't mean to. He made an apology in the chat through his homeboy. But just
with
don't
me,
put me and take that shit down.
With me,
I don't take apologies.
That ain't good for me. Like,
it ain't good enough.
He's like, that ain't good.
You talk crazy about two of my peoples and whatnot, man. And me being from the South Side, man, like it just ain't in me to let it go. It ain't in me to let it go. Me,
everything with me is on site, like I said in my rap. Because if you had an issue with me, or you wanted to do the knowledge about anything about AP with me, anybody who comes to me about AP, people always affiliate all of us together because they know that we're all close to one another.
Right.
So when there's a diss track about Sunez, I'ma be in it. If there's this post about Sunez, somebody gonna tag me and tag everybody who posted Sunez.
Yeah.
So we all get drug and shit just because people know we have love for each other.
And people not making diss tracks. They're making diss tracks. Yeah, they far away. They far away though when they make a diss track. You know. See, that's the thing. So I'm clearing up the diss tracks for Harmony, right? And thank you, Harmony. That's really I appreciate what you said. The other diss track is one of the early songs we did too, Jordan versus Elo. And there's King going, you asked for it. And I was like, man, what am I going to talk about this though? I don't know what to talk about in this. And then I was like, oh, this motherfucker, you know? And that's when I had the student that I had to exile because all I asked him was, don't give me all of the people that you hate in the industry and what they did to you. Don't give me the Ralph McDaniels put me on, but he was scared that I would outshine Nas. This is 1,000 times. And I was like, come on, man, that's some bullshit right there. Let that shit go. Right?
Yeah.
So I said this before. I was watching Ghostbusters with my daughter, and then he's texting me 10 1+ or 2, 3, 4 minute voice notes. 10 of those shits. This shit add up to a half hour. Voice notes. First of all, I don't want to get voice notes unless they're from girls. I don't want to get voice notes from no man and shit, you know?
Man, fuck all that sensuous shit.
Right? You know, yo, if you send me a voice note, it better be a build on a degree or some shit like that. That's what you send me. Don't send me all other shit. Never send me that. Never couldn't memorize mathematics after 2 months. So I was really hard on him. He's like, yo, I feel like you being, because he wanted to talk about certain DJ that I know that was real official with me. Right? And mind you, it wasn't DJ Toshi. So if you talk about DJ Toshi, I'm going to tell him to meet me in the class. We got to talk. I'll give you a special lesson. You know what I mean? You know, I had to ambush him to come through. Yeah, not Toshi. So I said, listen, we're not talking about that. I gave him the assignment a day ago. I left him with the older guards. And I said, listen, your only assignment now, because you're a little off point right now, is to only speak to me about positive things. What you doing, what you building. And he totally failed with that. And I said, listen, I can't listen to any of this shit. And I don't want to because it's not. He got offended. Started saying I'm not treating him right, disrespecting him. You've been disrespecting me for a long time. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yo, you've been a shitty student for a long time. Yeah. So he started to call me, yell at me on the phone. And I was like, nobody yelling at me on the phone. You know what I mean? Baby mamas, nobody yelling at me on the phone. Boom. Right? I had to get an app to block the consistent phone numbers because he was calling me from all different phone numbers and saying that we're bitches if me and King don't make a battle record. And diss him. And I'm like, yo, you're dissing me. You dissing me on some fight shit. Yeah. So I didn't even know. And when Kamaal gave me the beat to Jordan versus Elo, I was like, you know what? Let me smoke this motherfucker. And that's why it has that. It said a Jack and Jill on a Cap'n Hill. We don't accept your fucking Agni Kai. Agni Kai is the acceptance of a challenge in Avatar: The Last Bender. That's why I said you're not of the element as Kamaal and I, just a bender. He's not an airbender, he's a bender. Making others the lenders. That's why I said Ralph McDaniels already broke your VHS, video, Fox, grafted music, hex, boxed away from the best. Tried to educate you with the studies of the rise of MF Doom, but narcissistic stumbles and trifling grumbles got you exiled from the room. And he disrespected everyone as criminal, even the omnipotent, that he dissed the God omnipotent, my brother 07. You know what I mean? That's one of my near day ones right there. Why you the inarticulate, insignificant, discrepant, remember this indelible, intricate militant. That's why I had to keep going on him. But I didn't even know what he did. So I didn't even know what he did. Then he sent some other God. I'm not even put the God into it just so he's not in the story. But he sent him a snippet of a diss song he made me. And so, I left it there. I even told you, King, about it, but I didn't even hear it yet. Then later, I was like, all right. Because I had to hear it when I have
Right.
time to hear other music. So I could
Right.
basically hear quality music and erase that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this motherfucker said, what'd he say? He said, among many things, he said, you're a sucker MC, you a coward, and you don't want to rap. That's why your mother dead. That bitch ain't coming back. Ah.
Whack. Hella whack.
He couldn't say anything to me on a record. And he's, mind you, he's saying, this is just battle. This is not like a real beef. Like we fight and everything. Like, nah, that's not what you said. That's not what you said on that record. Because we're not talking though. We're not gonna go, hey, look, I got my boombox. I want to show you what I did to you. Hey, let's see. Let me show you Jordan versus Elo. It's
mention my mother and I'm looking
yeah,
up.
nah, you're not doing that. You're not doing that.
My mother, nothing.
And like what you were saying before, King, like a lot of people already know now. And now I'm not responsible for what happens. That's all I'm saying. I'm not responsible for what happens because people have lots of love for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have lots of love for me. You know what I mean?
Derogatory, disrespectful.
Oh my goodness.
Yo. About somebody's ancestor. Or
we ain't never heard that.
And it just shows the low level, low class individual he is. He could never have ever been an ounce of righteous to even think that it was acceptable to even say something so derogatory.
And I'll say this, right? I'll say this, right? If I never would insult in any fight or anything, I never insult any man's mother because I know that I'm right and exact. So if your mother was here, she would have been with me and she would have been spanking your ass with the fucking belt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You fucking with Sunez, mira, ven aquí, pendejo. You know, right? Lashes in the street, sangano pendejo. You know, and just boom. Yo, how you this? Yeah, like this. His mama would have smacked him in the street.
When I heard that hook, I fell out. I said, "Oh boy."
you knew it was some bullshit coming, right?
I tell you, how do you, and so though that's why I said let's name the album Burnt Silk because we had to really burn some shit on motherfuckers. But right. Yeah, but when I was making the record, for all those don't know, like when I was making the record for the last year and a half, I'm taking care of my father who passed away in October. And I'm taking care of him, seeing on his last legs, trying to enjoy the last minutes that I have with him, knowing, like we all know that this is the last times that we have with him, trying to watch every last Mets game, shit like that, and trying to spend time with him. As always, like everybody knows, I'm a non-custodial parent. I don't see my children all the time. So I got to maximize the time that I'm with my children. This is what I'm thinking about. This is what I worry about. This is what I do. You know what I mean? And when I'm not, I'm training, I'm studying. Yeah. I'm teaching all of these students that are actually texting me and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Asking
me included.
Word. Yo, people don't know how much time I spend with that.
And I'm over here crying
like and then and in hip hop, I'm telling you, that's why I said that shit about Toshi, that how much I love him. There's only one person that says, I want to do a show, and I put down everything and prepare the show immediately for him.
Yeah.
That's the only person that in anything with hip hop. Everything with hip hop, I'll do it as professional as possible. People gotta pay me or do it on my own time. You know what I mean? We gotta do it on our own time. So that's why Toshi or King Kamaal asked me to do something, I'm like, that's reaching the top of the list right there. You know what I mean? But and mind you, there's a lot of great brothers, and like the God Architect, that's the next shit I'm working on because he gave me some dope shit. And that's the God, that's my student, and I love him. So that's what I'm working on next. But like, like we was doing all that, and like I said, like two of the most important songs is like when we was doing the album was those solo songs that you gave me. Because people don't know that my father returned to the essence. He passed away. And then you gave me the beats that would become Remembered in Perfection and Golden Brocade.
Yeah.
That's when you gave them to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like, I got to be active. I got to think of something. And I said one of them is more of a sentimental beat. And one of them is just a banger right there. You know, so I'm like, oh, come on. He know what he doing. I said, Quincy, man, Quincy. I'm like, he giving me beats to let go, you know, let it out and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I did Golden Brocade, and I was thinking, you know, my father died. You know, when people pass away, you love. And then I just lost knowledge, me in April, my enlightener, who taught me this knowledge itself. Man. So I was thinking about all of them, and I was thinking like one of the first times when I got knowledge, and me and the God Day Son, that's my day negative one. He's the one that brought me to a law school. We're both writers. We wrote in all the magazines. You know what I mean? I was in the source because Day Son brought me in there as editor-in-chief when he was editor-in-chief. You know, this is how you know. And when we met Papa Wu, Freedom Allah, like when we really built with him the first time, he told us to go to his projects. I'm not gonna say where the projects were. You know what I mean?
Right.
And people loved him in the projects so much that even though we was the gods, everybody that was going in there had to be searched. There's people out there. They wouldn't let anyone go along with Freedom if they wasn't sure if he was okay. And we built with Freedom like man all night and shit. And all the skits on Iron Man, he was building on how they formed and shit, what they meant, the deeper shit. So I was like, oh, okay. I was thinking about that. So Golden Brocade, I was like, yo, this is a tough ass beat. So I said, and I made the pocket longer. And I was like, imagine I'm inspired by Forever Wu-Tang. And knowledge freedom, that's freedom Allah. I knowledge freedom build on how Black Jesus began. My Iron Man mind clans, iron butterfly hands. You know what I mean? And I just went in on the Wu-Tang shit, you know?
Yeah.
But then the second verse, I was like, it's Wu-Tang. So I'm going to use this old poem that's shorter. I think I put it on a Starving Bee review. And I had made an alliterated poem of the word with the letter W. So I said, yo, it's the W, it's Wu-Tang. It's a kind of a Wu-Tang homage I'm doing here. So I did the whole verse with that Wu-Tang because I was telling Ken, I'm not gonna say who they were, but these people that they be alliterating, they be saying anything that starts with the letter, but the verse don't mean shit.
At all.
You know what I mean? Like ball, bound, they go ball, bitch, you know, ballyhoo. Like the shit don't. What the fuck does that mean? Right? I'm like, yo, that's it. That sounds like Sesame Street, though. That's the Sesame Street episode where you getting like, you know, different words with the shit. But on this song, if you really listen to it, though, I was doing whole bars. That's the majority. I would say like 80% of it is even more is all W. Is all W. You know what I mean?
Like when you did it in the last live, I was like, ooh, he got crazy with the alliteration.
He did it.
Oh man.
Sunez coming to smoke all y'all boots.
Oh man. Yo, the writing ability I have, King Kamaal is, man, he Quincy out of there. He's every day Kamaal is Quincy back on the block. You know, he taking me and putting me in a different chamber and shit like that. You know what I mean? Oh man, but that song, that's how that song came about. You know what I mean? So I had lines like, I know, yo, niggas don't have the vocabulary. I was like, widowing wicked winners without weltering wit. Wilding while writers whittle words into every next hit. Wreck and wreak war till all willful are worn. Wonder worldly wisdom from scorn to born. When whimpering weaklings are warped, weeping wailings. Watching wakes whilst waving. Warriors walk wittily braving. With wood, camel, polo, clad brawls, we waste Western world's walls. Warrison whereabouts for weirdest wallows. Wicked wield wrath, whence enemies hollow. What's wearisome warfare worth? We warriors warded. Wushu word law, writing writ. Walking way fair warring. Come on, man.
Man.
Play with him. Stop
See
playing with him.
See what I'm saying?
Stop playing with the God.
You know what I'm saying? This is why I said with this album, you know, this was like how Fife was with the Midnight Marauders, where that was Fife's album. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, that's how I feel with the God. Like, this was more of his album and whatnot, man. And it's crazy because with all of this going on, and I want to get into some more tracks, like we play some more snippets, but all this going on, like the guy said, like there is a whole lot that everybody, and you know, that we all go through as independent artists and everything. while we were working on this album, we were also working on his solo album that's coming up next. And peace to Furious Styles, man. Producer Furious Styles, out of North Chicago, I believe. I think it's North Chicago. He's from the shop, but he caught me off guard, and and I caught him off guard, and we like quickly threw a project together that like was phenomenal. But during the same time with that happening, we never stopped working on this album that we have now, and we never stopped working on Sunez's like solo album. So with everything that we going through, like that, plus the projects plus the project I got with Indy and with Bam, like it's like. It's been non-stop. That's gonna be smoke. Plus, she been constantly putting together multiple stuff herself. It's like none of us have missed or skipped the beat. It's like we just keep that shit like moving. Because I know for me, it's therapeutic. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, man, I can't slow down unless I'm probably slowing down to meditate or something like that. The whole nine. But I gotta keep it going. And I know to an extent, you all can feel me like on that because. Y'all keep it going. Like, he keep it going with teaching. He keep it going with writing. You keep it going, you know what I'm saying, with the brand and all that, with Rugged Triad and all the multiple things that you're doing with your projects. Like, every time you turn around, you drop an album. Like, I'm like, damn. I'm like, shit, I thought we was moving fast.
My butt. Oh, man. God. That magazine is take up bulk of my time.
See what I'm saying? So what track we playing next?
Yo, I want to talk about the. I'm gonna play a snippet. I gotta play this one. Because the other solo track that you gave me for my therapy is because this is the week after my father returned. And I said, yo, I got to do something, inspired by my father. And I said, it's going to be Remembered Imperfection. You know what I mean? And I was thinking, I don't know how to make like a dreary song like that. You know what I mean? Like we always deal with the babies. This is the best part. So I said, I got to get my daughter to say something. You know what I mean? And I told her, like, you can sing if you want, but I just want you to say something on this and make her more comfortable with recording. You know what I'm saying? Because she writes her own little songs. She has one about bees. Like, she has a song about bees and shit, and she has other, and they're really good. You know what I mean? So I said, let me get her to say something. And she's obsessed with OMG dolls. So I always joke around and I say that line all the time. I say OMG LOL because those are the dolls. OMG dolls, LOL dolls. So I get OMG LOL. I rebel in these hells. Like you know what I mean? Because they be making me play with the boy OMG. So I have them be rapping and I have them say that shit all the time. So I said, Amo, you're going to say this. You know what I mean? But I had to say, she said, OMG, LOL, I rebel in these hell. Stories to tell as great ones fell. I wonder on my times as my sister Luna shines. That's her older sister. Swiftly I soar into worlds that I sing. Iron butterfly, protect me in your wings. So I made a song about honoring those who passed away. But what they gave me, I'm going to use it to continue on and protect, So that, man, playing a song with my little girl's voice on it, just like, it's just perfect. You know what I mean? Like,
I love hearing the babies on the song.
Oh man!
When I hear a baby on the song,
and mind you, I took it through the Quincy like school, man. That shit wasn't first take. I said, you got to put more soul into it. I said, your name is Alma, soul. You put the soul into it. You know what I mean? And when she got it though, she was like, oh, I got it. Okay. You know what I mean? And it was okay. And then she left, right? But then when King sent me the mix, oh, I gotta play this shit every day now. She goes to her niece, she goes to her cousin and shit. She's like, yo, you heard my song? You heard my song? You ain't heard my song yet?
I'm gonna get brand new to put a bomb drop on there.
Oh man, we gotta play this shit though.
OMG, LOL, I rebel in these hells. Stories to tell as great ones fell. I wonder on my times as sister Luna shines. Swiftly I soar into worlds that I sing. Iron butterfly, protect me in your wings.
Of the must matter life asunder. Salute old king who sparked us from plunder. Where naked eyes can't detect and falsely sworn can't protect. Bestow ultimate blessings of our chosen edict. Songs in concrete fabric woven acrylate. Shades of original seem ambiguous, even this blackness principle conspicuous. Breathe with the gorgeous influence contiguous. Rhythm of enlightenment cross stitches of garments to fight with. Armored and thimbles, sewn in symbols. Build his blood congregated chest. For chambered amulet, directs quest. Innovate, rejuvenated, these ciphers are drawn. If I understand and be a known wisdom, culture propulsive power to spark systems. We have a quality of fruit and consistent. And lessons from who we hate and raps we rate. Tacticalities we date and penalties of fate. Starting that plate to be masters of our fate. We must protect them. I will protect them. I will protect them. I will protect them. Drumming out against thumb down, drown concussions of percussion wraps around sound crown from you ears with doo-wop drops and Motown crops. Plant ballads and soul gallantry, the craft of the rhapsody, fantasies for the revolt of my majesty. Goggles with third eye goggles on goblets, googly, foolishly lambing me with endless sounds of planned pageantry. Butter troll knives to fly swirl pendulums of laceration. And with anchored pictorials throw a stone of salvation that land is florals to love and loyals. So when love is dulled, deformed into feelings nulled. Miles of a potter, I strike with math and obligata to the corners of chaos for concrete seance. Crackers clap and sample this hi-hats. Contradictions chop the bass drum slaps. My daughter's vocals chorus and laps. And now love synapse for brooks and bodega nooks of red hook to subsets of armed arrow wax and sunset. Rewound cassettes of jack on headsets. Warrior ship onwards every session to remember imperfection. Mother, Father, acknowledge me.
Addormentarmi così.
Woo.
Man.
Yo, true cipher.
That beat, yo, that beat just had me going and shit. And for, you know, it was for my father. Like, my father was obsessed with doo-wop. That's why I said from you ears, me hearing doo-wop drops and Motown crops. You know what I mean? And it planted ballads and soul gallantry to craftily rhapsody fantasy score the revolt of my majesty, because I love ballads, everybody, you know. And my father, yeah, no, right? No. My father is from Red Hook. That's why I said from rooks in Bodega Nooks of Red Hook to subsets of Armed Arrow Wax and Sunset. Because I'm from Sunset, but he's from Red Hook. That's why I said that. Yeah. My father's a Red Hook dude, you know? Because I would say, yeah, I love Sunset. He'd be like, no, man, fuck that Red Hook. He was like, I'm from Red Hook. I was like,
you know what? All of them from Red Hook, man, they have that pride like that too. Because I knew a lot of like Panamanian and Boricuas, man, that were like from there, like from like the 90s and the 80s, and man.
Yeah, man. So yo,
what we working with now?
Oh, shit, man. You know, we gotta play that. Let's play. You know what? We talked about Circus 10. Let's play that shit. Let's play that blast right there.
Yo, King slaughtered them.
Oh,
man, had to get them, man. Shout out to Infinite Mind.
The God, peace to the God, peace to the God. God, babe, I made sure I was in the pockets, him.
I know, right? Everybody did their thing on that, man. Like, Imp, man, he came through, man, like, he came through and aired shit out. And that's why when last time we went live, I said, God, I'm going to surprise you with this track that I got in the cut, man. I was like, DJ Fonz did the track, man. I was like, yo, you hear this? You got to come with it, man. And it was like, you got it back to me, like, real fast. I was like, oh, shit. Man, it worked out perfectly. I mean, the mix is like phenomenal, man. Like, everybody did their thing on that track, man.
Yo, peace to everybody in the chat. Yo, peace to Jugs Diners, though. One of the
dopest. Peace to everybody on the YouTube too. I just
word.
Yeah. I know. I can't even see what's going on over there, man.
Yo, let's play Circus Tent, man. We gotta hear the slinging.
Pardon my language, people.
It wasn't her, it's Billy. It's Billy.
It was
you know what I'm saying? Billy. Get it. Yeah.
True Cypher. King Kamaal.
Indigo Phoenix.
Peace to the gods.
Peace, queen, peace.
I walk roses, let's travel. Listen to a sucker not babble. Then watch his life unravel. I'm gritty like that gravel. Killer jackals, haters wanna cackle. But ain't no task put in front of me. I hear the talent. They be praying for the goddess to fall down. But I ain't part of their circus. That's why they all clowns. I just down. You can't touch my crown. Can't focus on me now. I shut that fuck shit down. Shut it down. Ass sound. I don't play around. Now it is the grimy. Lord has said the underground. This life is true, beloved. Held the highest theme, a dusty bitch above it. The good of the game, I love it. Negative opinions on me, you know you could shove it. An elite rhyme spitter, savage wig splitter. I'm in my own lane, she want smoke, and I'ma get her. But bitch, she ain't even a pick of the litter. Powerhouse in this thing, I'm a heavy hitter. Mobile at my feet, that's where we sit her. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
Yo, let me holler at this nigga. You slung dirt at Sunez months after you praised him. Blocked him to stop him from saying you trying to play him. Demonic accusations they saying from stances taken. Your love for those chose to violate when laying with those they victimized saw they attacker as Satan. Sounds off like when you rhyme, I'm not feeling your bar cadence. Sneak this and indigo, cat fighting with Preem. I'm not a king, but she the family, that's the motherfucking queen. Visine is not needed to see it. You cloud seeking, advertising you apparent to hide that you not being mature. I'm for showing your eyes you are not beefing. Walk 900 miles to defy you in your own region. Weak ass rappers over throwaway production. Trash ass lyrics over beats that sound busting. Confidence through the roof and a crew that don't trust them for not telling the truth cause their music sound disgusting. Trudging through the trenches hard to mention where I come from. I never played tough, wasn't soft when the guns run. Nuh-uh, show them love and support, they still jealous. Hate so infectious from those who well respected. These niggas just can't be happy for their own. I take this more serious than just the poem. Sounding corny as your alias. I'll show you what hatred is. Bro, backpacker, I'll so snatch any way you get.
I do it. I do it.
Yo, King actually asked me to be on that song, and I said, but he's already dead. He's already dead. They killed him. Like,
fatality.
Yeah. It was like Platoon. He's gone. He's gone. Keep move. He's gone. I was like, what
I'm trying to say.
the fuck I was supposed to say? I was like, yo, man, that shit was like,
it's already done.
he's
You know
dead. Yeah. He's dead. He's gone.
I'm trying to tell you, like, we don't do battle rap, man. We get people's minds right, man. That's what we do.
This album is like repeaters, man. Like every song got something, you know, because like they're individually done. Like literally, like we're not thinking like, oh, it's gonna be for a whole thing, and let's just get that there, let's get that done. When I'm writing it, though, I'm really trying to like craft it and put care into it. You know, like I look through my files and like, what's the best line? What's the line that could spark this? You know what I mean? But more so than any other album, this one and the solo album, like more of them are written. Most of the verses are just written right there. You know what I mean? So I don't need that much of like old poetry or stuff to shoot it off or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Indeed,
yeah.
Indeed.
Kamaal, what up? I love you so much. Thank you for defending the honor. Don't ever talk shit about none of the gods, none of my people, because stilettos on your neck heavy. Stiletto, I'm gonna put my stiletto
you get smoked.
And unapologetic about it. I'm unapologetic about anybody talking about my people. Like the minute I hear somebody talk about Sunez, I'm immediately in the inbox like the Godfather. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You asked for permission to even speak on Sunez.
Man.
Speak on the God. Period.
Yeah, I'm right here, man. I tell the God came, man. I'm like a TV show, man. I'm at the same time, same place, at least once a week.
Same back channel, same
back man. You come down, huh? You come down. We'll talk about it. You know what I mean?
And this is the craziest thing. Sunez don't even bother nobody.
Don't.
People get triggered. They be mad.
Yeah.
They
people. Yeah, like people be trying to, if they try to throw darts or whatever, they don't want to do it with the words though. So they gotta say shit away from me. You know, they don't want to do it in front of me. You know what I mean?
At a safe distance.
Yeah, safe.
It's always at a safe distance.
Oh, that's
There's
one.
the keyboard cowboys and the keyboard thugs.
That's wonderful. You know what I mean?
Typewriter thugs. You know,
Do it like
I
that.
do all of them.
Do it like that. And this album, yo, the shit that we talk about, we really live that shit. You know what I mean? People are like, oh, he's saying about some kicks or some shit. Yeah, you find out. You know what I mean? They ain't even a move that I talk about that I can't do in there.
I said the last family function I went to, I beat my husband's cousin with the tripod stand in his face because I told him I didn't like him. When I don't like people, I don't send subs. I don't pretend I like you. I don't go to places and act like I like you. I let you know I don't like you. So when you keep coming around me, you keep coming with BS, you keep coming like you want to fight, and you want to do something, then I'm going to do something to you.
It's the burnt silk. This is the burnt silk.
Anything I rap about. And then if you want to shoot it out, then that's where to go. That's why I told Lucy Cage, you don't know me. Like, I'm crazier than all the men rapped in one. So mentioning me, it was like putting a target on your back. Don't ever do that.
They need to, yeah, man. And you know, and
I live where you live. I live in your city.
Word. And you know, that whole beef that he started with that song was way out of pocket. And it was very weak, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
not to mention the track was trash.
Oh my goodness.
It was skunk. It was all of that.
I had told them. I had sent them. I'm gonna say at least 1,000 words to the whole Abyss podcast about what I felt was wrong with their journalism regarding the whole situation with AP and trying to equalize at least the time that they have to disagree with each other and how to keep it at least neutral. And they just ignored that shit. They ignored that shit. Right. And AP knows because I was with him personally and I read it to him what I sent them and I showed him what I sent them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they didn't have to agree now. Me and Preem were cool when that happened.
Yeah.
So when it took place, the due diligence of a journalist is to reach to the next person to gather their perspective from it.
Yeah.
And they feel.
But what they give me,
so
they didn't.
Was right to feel a way about that situation.
They didn't say anything. Yeah. They didn't say anything. They didn't answer me. But they go on and say, you know what though? I'm not really a journalist though. Like we're just you know, we're just doing it and we're just putting people on and shit like that. Everybody want to leave the field.
They're glorified, and I'm not insulting whoever else. I'm just saying whoever said that dumb shit. It'd be glorified groupies that use journalism as a extension to reach out to people who they dick riding.
Right.
For instance, this is how I talk. They just want to be aligned with them. So they create a platform where they can form a bond with them, but they're not holistically into preserving or pushing our culture forward. And that is the problem in hip hop. We don't need the groupies. We need the people that's passionate about our culture, passionate about preserving our culture, passionate about pushing the talent and the people who deserve to be pushed. That is what we need in journalism. This is our career. This is our business. This is our culture. This is damn near like a religion. You don't play with the religion. You don't play with the culture, and you don't play with your way of life. So when journalists do stuff like that, I do not respect people playing with our culture. Period.
Nah, I don't either.
Take the seat, dick ride, buy the album, cheer for them in the stands, but don't create platforms and not be fair to other people who have talent and disregard them simply because you're wanting to be a groupie for somebody else. That's not what hip hop is about.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Actual fact. You know what I mean? And listen, I'm from the era where motherfuckers didn't mean to write something and they still got fucked up. And when you wrote something and you didn't get a chance to fix it, it was out there for the world. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to edit it. You don't get to go into WordPress and edit the blog. You know what I'm saying? Or edit the website. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So he felt the way to block me because he said something very crazy about rape.
Right.
He made the post on the page. And I made it known, look, I've been to age 14. I had this conversation with Sunez. Age 14, I was a virgin. I was raped by 4 men that I knew. I was raped. And it was very traumatic for me.
Yeah.
In no way, situation, or any way, if I knew somebody who raped somebody, I would still have a love or affinity for somebody who raped me, even if it was my own father that did it. I would not pick up that person as a person I love and respected after traumatizing or violating a woman or a child for that matter.
That's right.
So when I spoke up about that, and all I said was, you know, that's pretty rough coming, and that's traumatic for me to see him say that. Being a person I was not only raped, I was beaten by the people who raped me, so that was traumatic. And then I made another post. I apologized to AP. I didn't mean to unload much on this
I
post.
remember.
That was all I said. But then he blocked me. The Lucky Page blocked me because I made a comment about the rape. I don't care. You sound stupid.
Yeah. He's the one who said that dumb shit, and it's like people want to be street and they're not street.
No,
they're not street, and they want to be embracing the street, like if they with everything. And you sound stupid. You sound stupid. You know what I mean? You're safe when you do skits that babble, like he babbles on Rome Streets and put Waste Matter on Rome Streets album between songs and doesn't really say shit, and white people that love it and people that don't know hip hop and they just like Rome Streets and they don't know anybody else, and because Rome Streets is dope. They don't know shit about hip hop. They don't know shit about the street. They don't know shit about this fucking drug dealing. They don't know shit about anything, and it's just exotic to them, you know. And people,
and then they take stock in these fake niggas who's doing this. Like, I was a whole gangster. I reformed from that life. I reformed from that.
Yeah.
Mind you, now, you know, the people I deal with are not reformed from that. So therefore, that's why I'm saying watch.
But see, that's the thing, though.
And
like
I had to keep it quiet about this situation. I had to walk away when King told me about this.
Yeah.
You remember, King? You was telling me. I said, let me walk from the car. Then you can hear them yelling in the background.
Yeah.
What the F going on? Why the F you talking like that? Who the F saying something to you? And I was like, no, nothing. Because I got people who will light it up.
But that's the thing. Like they get lost in being.
If you're a family man and you got your daughter and whoever, you trying to be that person for your family, it's best to keep your mouth shut.
Pretty much.
Addressing certain people so that you can continue being that person.
I'm gonna say this though, right? Everybody I know that I build with, and it's a lot of people, right? Me and you, Indigo, a lot of people we built with on this shit, and all my life teaching. All these MCs that are dope, like I mentioned Rome Streets and stuff, because Lucky Cage was on that and shit, or all these places though, they talk a lot of drug dealing, they talk a lot of street shit, and they're also ready for whatever repercussions come with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This guy Lucky talking a lot of shit, and he thinks he's street. Like they put you on an album with him, you're not equalized with him. You know, you think you equalize with the individuals. And a lot of media people that want to be media stars, they think they're equalized with the person that they build with.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got to interview him. So, and he's the God and he down and shit like that. So that means I'm down like that. You falsely equalize the shit. My whole career, I've been someone out in the street. So if people ask about who I am in the street, it's people I taught and shit I did. It's not because I know this MC. You know what I mean? I'm equalized on my own level. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Like, that's what people don't get. Like, it's a magic to what we doing too in OG Press, like me and you, because it's like we're getting stories and it's not falsely equalized. You know what I mean? Right. It doesn't come off as propaganda, all that kind of shit. That's what he fell victim to that. You know what I'm saying? They want to just.
When I post Pete Rock, I have conversations with Pete Rock. I've been talking to Pete Rock for years. We've been cool for years.
Right.
I don't glorify my situations with people like I don't really know them. Me and Diamond D are really friends. We cool. Like, these are people who I deal with and talk to. Me and Domingo are cool. We're friends. So he's somebody who I talk to, deal with. Me and Daddy O are cool. We're friends. Me and Tragedy are cool. We're friends. People who I build with, these are actually people who I have relationships, conversations with.
They can't beat that. They can't beat that, Indigo. It's special.
It's special. It's a special kind of journalism. It's special kind of music that we end up making. And they fell victim. They thought they could test it and be like, oh, well, I'll just diss him, this and that. You know what I'm saying? No. We're not having none of these diss records.
Napoleon the Legend.
Yeah.
You always see Kali of Napoleon the Legend.
Yeah.
You interview Napoleon the Legend.
Right.
So we highlight people who we love.
Right. Like that's my brother. Like that's people that like, you know what I'm saying? Like they when my mother died, that's somebody that knew of my mother when she died, and he knew of her. And gave me condolences the same week that it happened. Like, come on, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, man, we burnt a lot of silk on this motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Sometimes I have to attribute it to age differences as well.
Maybe.
I'm probably older than all of y'all put together.
Maybe.
So my maturity level on handling certain things is different. But I'm also asked about certain things because at everybody big age, over 25, you should know better than to do a lot of things. But
but they don't. They don't. You know what I mean?
And
but you know what though? Me, no matter what, as an OG man, I'm just like y'all. I come from an era where you don't say just anything or let just anything come out your mouth unless you're ready to stand by that. And I think like that Mike Tyson meme that been floating around for years where it be like social media has gotten people so comfortable to where they feel like they can't get punched in the mouth.
Right.
And me being a person that used to be in the streets without being streets because I had knowledge of self, I was able to hang around and be amongst people who was really like some real steppers and stuff like that. And I know a sucker when I see one and when I hear one. And a lot of these dudes, man, they just really ain't with that. Like that whole Luke Cage situation and whatnot, man. Like you said, just because you do a song with this person, that don't make you official like that. Now, most likely he official and whatnot. He stand by that. You know what I'm saying? There's certain artists I know, man, like Common, all them cats and everything, before they was all like cool feet up and everything, and my sister and everything. There was cats where they was righteous on record, but if you said anything about them, be quick to make a song about you. When you come to their town, them and everybody they was flagging and banging with and who had their back, they was buying out all the tickets and stuff like that in the front row, ready to get it cracking and whatnot. They wasn't gonna rap it out or nothing like that. I ain't gonna say no names, but I remember when I opened up for Black Moon back in the days, there's somebody, a legendary artist from Chicago and whatnot, Das Effect, some of them like made mention and whatnot, man, of him and a song. And dude called him, Source Magazine, all of them was there and whatnot. And he didn't walk up on them battle rapping. He went up there and he slapped who he was. He slapped the person, and it was like Black Moon, and it was like, yo, what the hell just happened? I was like, oh, such and such and such, and they was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? And we just kept it moving and whatnot. But it's like everybody ain't playing, everybody ain't rapping, man. Like, and even some of these people, like we said, that's rapping, they not with all that bullshit, man. You know what I mean?
That's definitely the type of time I'm on. I'm gonna clap.
Yo.
What I tell you, come on. I said, as soon as I see him, all I want to do is put my hands around his throat and squeeze. Right? Because why you thought it was...
And yo, man, yeah, man. Yeah, they got they lost. Yo, peace to Spoda. I saw Spoda join and shit like that. Indeed, Spoda. He has a new album too. Spoda came out with a new album right now too. Righting My Wrongs, and it's dope.
That's my bro right there. I love
Yo, Spoda, and one of the best. You know what I mean? Like he has a ton of albums this year. Let me see, because let me see. He got, I think he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think he's had like 8 albums. I know I'm on Ambitions as a grinder. I'm on that one.
Yeah, we driving you crazy this year with the albums, right?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
That's cutting out for you for the real of 2022.
Let me tell you how I'm writing. I'm writing Concentrated Supremacy because I can't be writing those 600 pages, man. You know? And it's like I can't be throwing out Indigo albums though, so other motherfuckers are gonna get lost. And if you get mad that you're not in the book though, that's Indigo's fault. That's not mine. That's not my fault.
She did it.
Sunez already put a big target on my back. Sunez co-signed me and was like, yo, go for Indigo. She got the dopest catalog, yo.
That's just a
was
fact though. That
running
wasn't even like like
Mhm.
that
Yeah,
was
man.
that was a fact though. Yeah, you know, and I'm a writer. I'm a journalist though. Like I called the whole era. You know what I'm saying? If somebody
Right.
goes, yo, vote for your fan, I'm not voting quietly. I'm not voting secretly. You know, like what the fuck? You know what I
They
mean?
was really trying to play me to the left. Oh, we don't know who this nigga don't really play this. I said, look, I'm not trying to be funny, but this a grinder wood, and ain't no chick grinding harder than me with
I
this
see it,
album.
yeah, like
Nah.
Give me my award right now, thank you.
yo.
Nah,
Oh
but let me
shit.
say this. I love my sisters. I'm so proud of all the work they're doing.
Absolutely,
especially the ones I've
absolutely.
been working with, the producers, the rappers, just
One thing
everybody
that's
doing their
beautiful
thing.
about hip hop now, you can make a long playlist with sisters that rhyme incredible. You know what I'm saying?
Incredible. So why people act like they don't know?
Yeah,
I get
all
very
that shit.
triggered
Look,
when I hear that.
when Sean Price, people always go, "Oh, Sean Price said he don't listen to female rappers." A lot of these female rappers were not really out there known around Sean Price. So you, Nejma, Yara, our Gold Chain Military, like all these people, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Ada,
yeah,
Phoenix,
they wasn't.
so many.
Yeah, there's so many, and their songs are relevant. They're not talking about dumb shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that's where the majority of female rappers that are dope are not just talking about dumb shit because they don't have the gateways to laziness that men have.
Yeah.
You get on a record and you talk about, oh, I killed this motherfucker, I dealt that key, I shipped that key, shipped this. They're not talking about that. You know what I'm saying? They're not talking about that shit. You know?
Nah, man.
You know what it is? A lot of men, if you're not the eye candy that they want, and that's why so many of the stripper-esque females excel in the culture, is because they want the eye candy and the booty. They say they don't want that, but and they'll say that in person. I don't like a woman with a lot of makeup, this and that. But they'll be at the strip club and throw their whole check at that. The chick with the tattoo.
They lying. Yeah. Well, they mad at you, Indigo, because that's what it is, Indigo. They want to see your booty. They want to.
Maybe I make some money with my subscription.
They're like, yo, she could rap though, but I don't know what she really looked like. Yeah.
They don't want to spend nothing with me now.
Yeah. They're like, well, you know, Indigo, if you show some more flesh, you know what I mean? Then, you know.
I see a little cleavage. Y'all can't be happy with that. Then I don't know what to tell you.
Yo, that shit's crazy, man.
The full body shot or turn to the side.
Oh, man.
Even my friends be in the inbox. I see a little post back there. Get out my phone.
Oh, shit, man.
Oh, shit.
They're like, I didn't know you had bars. Oh, man. That, yo, too much shit, man. You know what I mean? And
I'm gonna pop out on them one time next year and see how the stock rise.
Surprise them, yeah. And, yo, you know what's funny, man? You know, go to the album, man. Like, you know, I was just thinking, like, yo, this is the Quincy shit, man. And you did the Quincy shit while we was on the last live and shit. And we doing the last live. I don't know, maybe somebody look at my face on the last live. He's like, you know what? I got something else then. I'm like, for a moment though, I was like, what? I gotta do another song? I thought the album come out Friday though. I ain't mad.
I want to hear that song with y'all singing on me. I love that. I was in my room, okay.
Oh, yeah, let's play that shit. Let's play that shit.
Thinking I was in Carnival.
Yeah. Yeah.
Como te llamo, me llamo Pablito, Mexicano, Dominicana, Puerto Rico. Let me see you working, cause you sure know how to twerk it. Looking perfect in that thong, let's get it on. Made a purchase for a $5 lap dance. No romance, ain't no lovers in this motherfucker. Let's hold hands, slow gems that go through the club. Now stand up, grab him, shake him in my face. Now stand up, fantasizing, man, I'm rising up, thinking of me and you too. Know we how to get it together, do what we do, boo. Get it hot and mushy, smell it funky like who just said should wear. Could wait. Oh damn, I want your cookies. Took me long enough to get next to you. Yeah, I sexted you. I wanna know if you could pour that hypnotic Hennessy, herbal remedy, finicky, coochie, and Victoria's Secret thong, sweating slithery, jittery, giving me slithery. Force fed while I drive, clutching your thighs, rolling your eyes like.
Little light, Cynthia, the last of the ravaging romance here. Elegant chivalry gets its eyes to see it. The hawk told me to swoop in, so iron butterfly swoon in. Dance of the drunk mantis, hold the decor on the floor of my enchantress. Soon late evenings at the Blue Note, let legendary poppers groove while we grow. The sense of sultry souls, perfumes and lotions, swallowing and swerving motions. She follows my dimples as I press upon her nipples. I speak my stanzas to her lips so supple. Her back ripples as we couple. We breathe in on the bass line and exhale on the horn. The drums sing her heart, she demands we dance more. We're absolutely nada war. Yo, and this right here, I'm gonna play the What If.
The one with AP on there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The spare ribs and What If are like the last songs that we did, because I did Spare Ribs and the last song on my solo album at the same time.
Okay.
And that song, the last song on my solo album, was like the most emotional, right, King? You know, like that was the most emotional. So I went from that to the emotion, you know what I mean? And then King is on doing Quincy shit on the live the other day, and he's like, well, we could do one more. I'm going to challenge you since you've gone so good. I'm like, yo, you sound like my C-Gung, though. You couldn't talk shit around him. I was like, Bobby, I know how to do that shit, man. And he goes, oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, you know how to do that shit? Let's see you do it, though. We used to be with C-Gung Bobby. We'd be on like 42nd Times. We'd be on Times Square, right? And I'm like, we talk a little shit about our kung fu. We'd be like, okay, let me see something. And we doing moves right in the middle of crowded ass Times Square and shit for him. That's you, man. You did that shit. So we came with the What If shit. I'm gonna play What If, and then I'm gonna play the Spare Ribs. And
DJ Fonz on the beat, man.
woo!
Just as the sun's the foundation of the solar system, I'm the same for the fam. Speaking growth and spoken wisdom, open vision so consistent. Third eye go with mission. Fonz on production, cutting none of y'all fucking with them. Pharaoh gems through my certified Pharaoh hem. Southside within my stride. Universal barrel spins. Russian roulette shoot at whack rappers to their helmet missing. Bars for the art. We gon' ride to the action splitting two. Got the groove. MCs freeze, stand still. Man chill. Either build or destroy. King Kamaal for the kill. Put these artists on the slab for throwing jabs with no skills. I can say it, many faking, cause it's art from decaying. I'm the greatest unknown, not these clones in the matrix. Never hide a dick where I got, I keep my cipher sacred. And when we on the mic, there won't be no delaying. Next time you think I'm playing with a grown-ass man, just know I'm high enough to make the drone crash land. I heard everything you saying, I heard every single scam. Why the fuck y'all think I'm playing like I'm not about my bands? Took the game with no advance, it was all about the fans. Architect behind the shades, I was always about my plans. Now haters throwing shades, but I always been my brand. So new to these clowns, but I always been the man.
Stoic poet when I'm flowing like a boat, you see him floating. Ride the wave when this blowing like I'm coasting through the ocean. It's the wisdom in the motion, showing proving what I'm knowing. Whether coming or I'm going, I'll be busting like a Trojan. Force, but of course, y'all are caught up in the moment. Body soaking in hot lava that's smoking with explosives. All our DNA's encoded in the music we composing. A B-boy like Bruce Lee, boy, you see me glowing cause I'm golden. Catches bullets with his teeth. Every time you see him teach, every time you hear him speak like Eesh, he a beast. See him moving like a leaf in the wind, smoking peace pipes, always saying peace to the gods. Word is born, killing beats, spitting bars. King Kamaal in the streets with a fleet full of cars. We be driving off the lot, see it sliding to the spot. Always fight for what we got, the cream rises to the top.
Next time you think I'm playing with a grown-ass man, just know I'm high enough to make the drone crash land. I heard everything you saying, I heard every single scam. Why the fuck y'all think I'm playing like I'm not about my bands? Took the game with no advance, it was all about the fans. Architect behind the shades, I was always about my plans. Now haters throwing shades, but I always been my brand. So new to these clowns, but I always been the man.
Skill is straight to decimate, eradicate deeds of hate. Unbrick pins of sins, bring kin to wins. Devalue stock that stocks with chops that cops call chops to all cops. Respect fake flops, IMF debts to stop. No reparation lump sums, just Mansion Musa trust funds. And no prick pay all the players of retail. Only music writing flower gardens of detail. Live supreme mathematic to unions, peace and tantric. Warriors and denim will supply. All lives are left over, salute, reply. To all battalions that's crossed. 5-element medallions tossed. Universal flag embossed. Now Mandalorians unmasked, DeLoreans outflanked, scared stiff on face
Next
clips.
time you think I'm playing with a grown-ass man, just know I'm high enough to make the drone crash land. I heard everything you saying, I heard every single scam. Why the fuck y'all think I'm playing like I'm not about my bands? Took the game with no advance, it was all about the fans. Architect behind the shades, I was always about my plans. Now haters throwing shades, but I always been my brand. So new to these clowns, but I always been the man.
That shit was hard right there. We did our thing, man.
Hell yeah.
Infinite Mind and DJ Punk, man.
Peace to the God, infinite mind.
Peace, God.
Can I help you?
Hey, you help me.
Sure.
Sure.
I'd like some Chinese spare. Chinese spare ribs? You mean to tell me you don't know what Chinese spare ribs are? Look, let me show you, man.
Me and AP is like Michael and Prince. All you weak-hearted niggas need a couple of stints. Put a fire out quick, have them hop in the fence. Point blank, period, no need to indent. King Kamaal so raw with a pocket of lint. Tie ramen hunger, nigga, I will stump you to bits. Keep it simple for your mental, some are dumber than shit. Midwest, down south, summer style is a mix. Melanin, intelligent, chain swing like elegance. Seventh the beneficent, merciful, benevolent. Lady in the leather print, fine as hell, heaven sent. I could do your body right, don't treat me like a derelict. These weak motherfuckers don't know what to do. Come dance with the gods if you know how to groove.
He put the fur on, he put the fur on.
Catch bullets with the teeth, but it's simply you. AP, kick them all, yeah, we showing and prove. Like Converse, kiss a bitch, nigga, do move. Got the flow, we was chose, no nigga could move. Action girl, the third one, the world I play.
AP like Billy D. Hang you, nigga, pick a tree. Down low with the nickel beat. Vito Pepper, pick the pepper beat. True cipher with the recipe. True cipher with the recipe. Bruce Lee shades on like the 70s. AP, Jim Kelly with the remedy. Get a dose of the roundhouse kick. Nigga, what you really know about a jailhouse flick? Big room, get a jailhouse kick to the back of the top. You don't understand jailhouse shit. Prominent, told you before, the most dominant. Islamic, speaking of God, may you vomit.
Bless the bong of the triad. Gong sounds for the Taoist nomad. Unfasten these frog butts. Spores for the many, I'm no glutton. Move smoother than me clashes. Gentrifiers get 52 lashes. Zen patriots for the weak suffering, but ain't for buffering. Wicked still running. You think they ready to unload some toughin'? Fixed at the center line, combined L stance. If there's imminent, if I think it perchance. Careful when you serve my goons in the venue. See his spin cage bones on the menu.
I help you. May you help me? Sure. How about some Chinese spirit? Chinese spirit? You mean to tell me?
I said, "Do you really need?" And the nigga put the tree.
Yo, I was telling you could hear them put the chinchilla on King when he was like,
Man.
when that voice got higher and shit. That voice got higher, you know.
But you know
What's
the
that
crazy
voice?
thing with that, the crazy thing with that song is when True Cypher, man, when they like slid the beat my way, man, it was like immediately I was thinking like 1970s like kung fu flick, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When Bruce Lee stepped off the private jet with the suit on and the motorcycle
Yeah.
shades and everything, right before he started whooping everybody ass in town. Like I was telling AP about that, was giving him the vision for it, and then later on it was like when I was building with the guy Sunez, I was like, man, you know, like the mob, the mob boss in there.
I had to be the mob boss,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I said careful with my goons. Careful how you serve my goons.
When I heard that track, I thought black exploitation film.
Yeah.
But yo, did y'all catch it? Did you catch at the end of Sunez's line, the very last bar, it rhymed with the sample that came in. Nobody, I don't know if y'all caught that. Like the very last thing he said, he jumped back in and it was like, man, you help me.
Yeah.
So it was like
Right, yeah, because I
to listen to things multiple times because you miss certain things.
Yeah, man.
Go back and pick up on it and see the wordplay and what stuff was playing off of. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, man. And you know, I had.
You guys did an awesome job. I love listening.
Oh man, thank you, man. Yo, I did the lyric.
I was trying to do the art. I was like, what is this about? And I thought he said building. So that was like, oh, he said bless bills. Okay, that's different. So then I'm like, okay, books. Let's get some books in here. But I wanted the Silk on Fire. I'm gonna get it right. Y'all flanked. I said my boys gotta have some posh art to go with this.
Oh
yeah. Actual word.
Project. I swear to God, y'all sound really good together. But we all sound good. We should make a super group.
I know, right?
Everybody who's on the album, the super group album.
Hey, you know I'm always down, man. You know I listen. Shit.
Word.
I love a great collab because one thing about it, when you rocking with your fam and you rocking with people who you love and respect, you're gonna put out the best music and the best content. You know what I'm saying? And I don't take away from nobody's shit. Like Cream is probably one of my favorite people who rap. You know, I feel like I've been there with him when he created.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. Absolutely. I've been there when he did the last the project with True Cypher, the Guns, Oils, and Drugs, the last one. I was on the phone with him the whole time he recorded.
Wow.
And so he let me hear how he records, and he literally just records off the top of his head. So man,
that's what I be doing.
Yeah. So it's
that's
literally
crazy.
He'll sit, we talk for a minute, he go back, spit 2 lines, hit the record, and then next thing I look on the Bandcamp and one song is up. I'm like, you just put that song in? Like, damn, okay. You know what I'm saying? So I credit him a lot of stuff I learned in making sure I put out a lot of the content that I do is by pacing myself and time structure and organization, because it can't be done without being stressed and strained to do it. And y'all dropped a trilogy.
Yeah.
I couldn't be prouder of y'all. Y'all did that.
man. Thank you.
You know, I did the lyric book for the first one, and that was more like personal to get my story, like, you know, finally emceeing after all these years doing other stuff in hip hop. But I'm definitely gonna make a lyric albums for the second and third album, you know, just so they're there, you know. They're so much fun to write too, and write on them, you know.
Dope.
Yeah.
I could hear the growth in your rap. It wasn't like you were already dope. I feel like just because you weren't used to MCing, you thought, oh, I'm just gonna play around with this, but you're actually really dope. And once you got in your bag and start hitting the pockets, when y'all did the Unlearned, you just really skyrocketed.
Right. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
You just solidified your position as far as what you're coming with the heat. And Kamaal is automatically, like, I told Kamaal, when I hear him, I hear Grammy type rap. I hear somebody who's like a J. Cole, like he's deserving of those accolades of a J. Cole and that type of thing. And here goes Oda B. Smith.
Let's see.
Let's gotta expound on True Cypher. Like, I've been working with True Cypher for almost 2 years now, musically, and working with them, as I've said in my interview with them, has been nothing but an extreme pleasure to work with True Cypher. Yeah. They make creating so much fun, they make it pleasurable, and they give you the best inspiration with those beats. Like, you can't miss with a True Cypher. If you miss with a True Cypher beat, you can't rap.
You fucking
This is true.
Diantre, coño, aquí estamos.
That's what I'm saying, man. What's good?
Diantre.
Maintaining, you got that red plastic cup. Yeah, just one cup for today, man. Hey, man.
Oh, man.
I'm my old head stuff in the morning, man. You know, run a couple of things, but what's good with y'all, man?
Yo, what's good with the shit you be giving us? What the fuck?
Know, right? Nah, man. Hey, like I said, I speak on behalf of obviously myself and my brother Tones, but it's all about, you know what I'm saying, putting out that word, man, and like I always say, just adding on, bro. It's like, you know, we want to contribute because at the end of the day, we got into this because we wanted to make the music that we wanted to hear.
Right.
Like straight up, like if you know the trap thing was me, if that's what I like, then obviously I wouldn't be making, you know, me and my brother wouldn't be making boom bap or
word,
or you know what I mean? Like we weren't, you know, it's that whole thing where it's like, okay, you can get stuck. You know, people say, oh, you're stuck in an era. It's like, it's not even about that, because at the end of the day, the music still resonates so many generations later. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Timeless. So why am I gonna sit here and, I mean, like I said, the people can debate, but it's like Rock Marcy created that lane, right? Right. And he realized that people actually are still tapped into that sound. It never left. It's just that everybody went far left, and you know, some people stay on the right, and it's like, you know what? It's okay if you stay on the right, because it doesn't make it any less. You know what I mean? And when me and my brother saw that, it was like, all right, this is where we're gonna stay, because it's what we like. Like, you know, we could work with an artist and give them, you know, whatever we got, illest beats, you name it. Man. And then they could end up throwing a trap song on their joint. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna have an opinion on it. Flat out. It's just like with anything. The whole thing with social media. It's like, if I put up a beat, right? And prime example, I did that flip that I did with the Transformers the movie, the Megatron clip with Megatron, right? Yeah. I literally had like 4 or 5 people comment. And mind you, that joint, for lack of better words, I say it went viral because I think I got more than it was over 60,000 views.
Wow, that's dope.
It was a situation where I had out of all of that, I had 4 or 5 people literally comment, "Oh, why'd you mess up the soundtrack? The original soundtrack was better." It's like, I didn't ask you all of that, and you're coming on my page making a comment about. You know what I'm saying? It's like, listen, I could control how I respond to that. What did I do? I just deleted the comment. Like, I don't even need to give it that energy, because at the end of the day, I made what resonated with me. It's what I like. What I did. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why am I going to sit here and entertain that? It's like, there's so much energy that needs to get put into what we do. You know what I mean? As far as even me, like, you know, me and Tones were always going back and forth. Right. And it's always about, for us, progression. At the end of the day, I want to get better at what I do. You know what I'm saying? So in order for me to do that, like, I need to put my energy there. I can't entertain the idea of getting into
a debate or you know what I'm saying, go back and forth with somebody because they're like, oh, well, make it this way or do this, that, and the third. It's like, if that's the case, then you do it.
Pretty much.
Word.
But they can't do it.
You do it because guess what? It's not an opportunity.
Yeah.
Bro, the equipment is there. You just gotta put in the time, just like with anything else.
Yep.
Yo, I'm gonna say this though. I said this in the tweet and everything like that, but like, I've been writing about music for almost over half my life. You know what I'm saying? I've been writing about music, all kinds of. People don't know how much stuff I've written about other type of genres, let alone hip hop. And to have this last less than a year, it's less than a year, really. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Making this music with Kamaal, and the feeling of being able to actually feel like you're in that is very similar for me to like when I was training in Kung Fu and I was like, I know this shit works now. Like I could use this now, like to really defend myself. You know what I mean? And it's when we were doing the second album, The Unlearned, that I was like, oh, this is feeling like I'm actually rhyming. You know what I mean? Like everything is written crazy, but now it feels like, oh man, I'm fucking rhyming though. And it's like I'm always gonna have a wonderful place like in my heart with those beats, you know what I mean? Because it's like that feel is like the first time in that, you know what I mean? It's just dope.
That means a lot. Let me tell you something, man. I was listening to the joint with your daughter again on the way home.
Oh, right.
Let me yo, man, like that, she gave me goosebumps, bro. I was just like, anything that you got done is like is fire. But it's like that right there, it was like, yo, that's on a whole nother level.
Yeah, man. You know the wild thing with that, it's like, man, when you sent like the joints over and everything, it's like as soon as I heard it, I said, I want to send this over to the God, man. Like I know, like, you know, he's going through what he's going through in the whole nine. And I sent him like 2 of the tracks out of like the pack that you sent me. And I said, man, you know what? I said, I don't even want to tell him what to do to either one of these tracks. I said, man, but I'm really, really hoping that for this particular track, the actual track he chose, without telling him, I said, man, I hope he tap in with this one because it's speaking to me. So I hope it speaks to him so he pours out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, without words, it resonated.
It did, bro. And it's like the thing with like Andy said, man, you can't go wrong on a true cipher track, and if you do, that just means you just can't rap. It's that simple. And I think also you all have a thing where you tap in with the artist after a while of working with them to where you know exactly what like fits them. Cause like me and AP, we built about this like before. He was like, yo, he said, man, they be giving you some crazy shit. And I was like, it fit. I said, it fits me, God, because they know I love them drums and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like his shit be crazy, but his snares be different from mine, but the shit still be slapping, but it fits him perfect. So it's like you all have this thing where everyone that I've heard you work with, it sounds like it was tailor-made to fit.
Oh, yeah. Them. Yeah, man.
You know?
That all the shit, though. The shit you gave our brother Spit Gems, the shit you gave Doza, like, fucking smoke all over. Like, there's a lot of true cypher smoke out there.
That was you know, and it's interesting that when I say that because like when I went to the first time I went to Lynn Mass, and I went to with the God SD Knack, I went just as a fan and as someone who just wanted to learn.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's a lot that I can absorb from, you know, his cousins, the Majors, the twins, because they're producers in their own right.
And they're dope.
I got to see Knack, you know, like the first I got there on the weekend. It was like a Friday or a Saturday. I got there Friday midday, and I didn't leave the mini mansion until like almost 3-4 in the morning.
Wow.
Right? And mind you, I still had to. I stopped for a second, went and checked into to Telly that wasn't far from the spot. Went back to the mini mansion, got something to eat.
Right.
It was just like I literally sat there with basically all of the guys that that he's usually cool with. Everybody that's they're not part of the 23 Incredible Industries family. They're affiliates.
Right.
And we sat there, and it was like I got an opportunity to literally run through. At that time, I had about close to 1,000 beats.
Wow.
And all I did was just plug my shit up and just ran through joints. And to see that, there were ones where it's like, and I know it's almost like I've never been a DJ. It's one thing that I would have loved to back in the past, but it was like, it felt like, okay, I have an opportunity to kind of, and as a person, when you're playing your music, you kind of read the room.
Right.
And I'm running through joints, right? And I'll see when it looks like people will have like an exorcism, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh man, all you see is this. Okay. And then when I play another one, and they're like, all right, then it's like, all right, you know what? Let me skip that one. On to the next one. And I got a couple of looks from that, like, oh, okay, okay, you know what I mean? And I got to experience the recording process there. The reason why I bring up the story is because like I got to learn in that situation. Obviously, what's good for one MC is not going to be good for another.
That's true.
And one of the things, and Nat can attest to this because he actually hit me up on WhatsApp when we first started working together, and he literally told me, he was like, bro, he was like, you know what? He was like, keep doing what you're doing because you don't take no for an answer. And it's not that I don't take no for an answer. The thing is, Sunez, you can go through my laptop right now and be like, yo, I need 15 beats. It's gonna take you a minute because I got like I'm pushing almost 1,700 beats on my laptop as it is.
Man.
And that's not even to include a good 40 or 50 beats that I did for somebody else where they were like, yo, I'm just gonna send you samples, flip these shits, and that's the pool that I'm working with.
Yeah.
This is cat he goes by Worship No Idols on Instagram. He goes by Divino. He goes by Divino as well, but not Al Divino. And he runs Exquisite Dope Records.
I've heard of him.
And basically he reached out to me. He was like, bro, I need you to make like mass, and we got a project coming out together. But if I were to include all those beats, then I'm easily pushing close to 2,000 beats. Like I've been I try to, from a workout ethic, I try to do, like if I start something, I try to go at least 5 beats a day. And if I do 5, if I'm in the pocket, I'll do 10. The most I've done in one day is 25 beats. Like I just went nonstop. And it was to the point that I've gotten scared because it's like I'll be producing, I'll go through 5, 6, 7 joints, and I'm like, yo, like what's going on? Like it's like how far does this rabbit hole go? You know? And I'll sit here and just because one day when we're all in the same room, I'll show you my process because it's like I exclusively work through the MPC Live.
Right.
I use I basically program my drums and I use the software to chop my loops. You know what I'm saying, and sample everything. But as far as the sound, if you will, I tend to run a lot of that through Ableton.
Okay.
So when I utilize Ableton, that's where I add all the fine tweaks. That grit, the dustiness, semi-clean, sound that you hear from us. It's like that's what gives it that extra. That's where I polish it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's a thing where it's like I never take it personal. Like you could go through all my beats and be like, well, I don't like this one, or I may hear something and be like, yo, that's for you, and you'd be like, nah, okay, then keep listening because listen, you may not like that beat that you just heard, but you're gonna probably like the next 2 or 3 that come after.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I don't take it personal.
Right,
now,
right.
If I sit here and you tell me, yo, here's a batch of samples, bro. See what you can do with this. And someone spit Gem Joints. That's how he worked. He was like, "Yo, I got something for you." He'll just throw me samples. And I'll sit here and I'll do It was a challenge for me as an exercise to, hey, I gotta apply this now. How do I make this shit work for me and give him what he wants? You know what I'm saying? And the product, a lot of times, because I've had like 2 or 3 different versions of some of those beats, and it's like it's insane.
Yeah.
And then I just gotta sit back and wait to see what he chooses.
Right.
Even now, it's like whenever I've commissioned Nat to work on something for me or to do a joint or whatever. Okay. I'll send him a pack of beats, but I don't overload him. I always send him anywhere between 5 to 6 beats max. And he'll tell me right away, yo, I'm feeling this. I'm not feeling any of this. Send me another pack.
Right.
No problem. Somebody else will be like, oh, nah, I meant no. Trust me, I got it.
Yeah.
You want another pack? Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's the whole thing about, just like with anything, martial arts, you know, daily life, you know, you're ready so that you don't have to get ready.
That's true.
Right.
You
That's
know,
right.
You know, oh man, and I was just telling the guy Sunez earlier when we had Indigo on there, where I was talking about how with the one joint we got where we like singing on it and everything, where it's like a party. I was telling them, I remember you were like, you put some music online, and I was like, yo, man, I said, yo, I want some of that. I want some of that. You know what I'm saying? You was like, hold up, I got you. You was like, not that one right there, but I got you. And it was like, you sent me 2 different versions, and it was like the first one you sent, I was like, man, that's dope. I was like, man, but I want some with some drums, some kick. And you was like, hold up, I got you. And then, man, you like threw another version of the same one, and I was like, that's it right there, man. And
that's what I was doing. So
yeah,
we a while back what we did, because I know what you're talking about. A while back, me and Tones, what we did was we was like, yo, let's work off the same sample, right? And you know, him and I, we like some of the same music, and then we don't,
right.
which is normal. Excuse me. So I was like, yo, let's work off the same sample. You flip it, I flip it, and we'll put it together. We actually have a tape. We have a beat tape that we're working on, and we got I think about 12 or 13 joints on there. But we never bothered to put it out. You know what I'm saying? This guy's a regular beat tape, and some of those beats got pushed. You know what I'm saying? Off to other folks' projects or whatever. Hence the one that you got, King. So it's like that's why it was easy for me to be like, yo, hold up. You don't like this version? I got another one that you're gonna like. Boom. You know what I'm saying? And we got a couple of joints like that.
Yo.
It just makes it real easy. You know what's
crazy is that you always throw these things, and when Kamaal gets the beats from you, I work with Kamaal more like the way I learned Kung Fu, more like a disciple. So I never once do I go, I don't really like that beat. You know what I mean? I treat it more like the beats are who I'm sparring with, though, and I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice, though, to say, like, I don't really like that beat. I do the same thing, and people don't know. Unless he asks me to get one, I do the same thing with Toshi on Classic Storm Radio. So unless it's super whack, I say yes to the interview. You know what I mean? So it's like a challenge, though, and I think that, no, I'll tell you with that Remembered Imperfection, my father died on October 6th. I did that song and sent it to King on October 9th.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how powerful it was in my mind and shit like that. You know what I mean? Oh, Moto Jazzy, peace. That's one of the dope producers now. Look, oh my goodness, these dope producers here. You know, we got to get King. Yeah. So many dope producers, man. There's so much great music, though. You know what I mean?
Yo, but it's funny you said that. That's how, like, even with the folks that have sent me, like, samples to work with, that's how I treat it. It's like, okay, what's the challenge? How can I do this? You know what I'm saying? Let me see what comes out of this, as opposed to, oh, I can't do anything with it. Like, let me tell you something. One of the illest applications and one of the most difficult challenges when it comes to sampling is obviously my brother Tones are now Dominican, right? As far as, and I say this culturally,
right.
Obviously, you know, we all know where we originated from, but for us, it's like this music always read. Like I was telling my wife earlier today, I was like, it's funny how like around this time frame, like when my grandmother passed, I must have been like maybe 7 or 8 years old, but my mother, like being typical Latina, she would always clean to music. And a lot of the music that I ended up sampling now in my later part of my life is from that era. You understand? Because that tone stayed with me. And it's just funny how, like, you know, some of it's easy to sample and some of it is hard. For us, and what's been the challenge for me lately, which I've been enjoying, is like trying to flip these merengue samples. You know what I mean? Because while sometimes I'll catch a nice dope piano loop or a riff or something in the beginning, whether it be at the horns or something, once it gets into the rhythm, that can be difficult at times. It all depends on how you chop it up. And the technology that's available now and the things that you can do, it's, oh man, like you're talking about pitching something down, pitching it up, even distorting it, you know what I mean, to the point where it creates a whole different sound. Like the possibilities are endless, bro. And that's the thing that drives me, you know what I'm saying, and my brother when we're producing joints. It's like, oh, okay, I got this joint. It sounds dope, but then it's like, okay, what can I do to really, put the stamp on it? And when you manipulate the sound and it becomes something different, that is like, it's one of the best feelings ever. Because it's like, it's funny because I had a friend of mine ask me, he was like, yo, you listen to like instrumentals? Then I was like, yeah, I've been listening to beats for quite a long time. And for me, it's like, when I hear something that I produced, I bump my shit nonstop. And it's not even on some old like, oh, like I'm feeling myself. It's like, I listen to the little nuances that, sometimes my monitors can't pick up when I'm driving in the car, or if it's in my headphones. And it be catching me off guard because I'm like, oh shit, like I didn't hear that part. That's fire. You know what I mean? And to have that, yo, it's funny because it's like, Tones has been producing way longer than I have. He got heavy into Pro Tools. Sunez nice with it too. Like he can chop up everything. He's moved away from Pro Tools. He uses Logic Pro and all of that. Me, I'm a hardware guy. Like I started with a 2000 XL before. I had an SP505, which was his originally that he just gave to me when he was like, yo, go ahead, let's try to start something. But I didn't catch that wave until later on. You know what I mean? And even Tony said, he was like, bro, like you're where you're supposed to be at because look at the level of exposure and how quickly, things unfolded for you the moment that you started grasping certain concepts. And I'm like, yeah, like it just, do I wish that what I know now, I wish I knew it back then, of course, but then who knows where I would be. You know what I mean? Would I be tired of it? Because there's people that have done it long enough, they're like, you know what, I'm going to just hang this up. And it's like, this has always been ingrained in me. Like, it always has. I just didn't know, I didn't know how to take the first step and realize, okay, what do I need to get? What do I need to do? And it's always that thing where you always find that one person that says, okay, here, come here, I'll show you. Like, being at the right place at the right time, the thing. But I was also a sheltered kid. Like, I always, I stayed out of trouble. I stayed home. But at the end of the day, we ended up where we're supposed to be based off of the choices that we made in life. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I'm here, and I'm grateful because obviously technology, COVID, whatever, that time frame to just kind of stop and put in those man hours. Because that was the whole thing with me. It was like my goal every year is to do 1,000 beats. Like we're pushing. We're gonna be starting December soon, so I'm gonna be going overtime. Because my goal is to hit another, 2K. Because that's the goal, is like for me to try to go at least 1,000 beats a year. If I can keep doing that, I'm gonna get to my 10,000 beats sooner or later. Because
man, I love that shit, man. Like the way you make it, the way, man, the way you making beats is like the way I'm writing out here. Like people like. It was the other day, people was like, oh, well, now you rapping and shit like that. I was like, yo, did you see how much fucking journalism I just did this year? Like, you know what I mean? The interviews, the features, the magazine features, all of that, the interviews, like the books.
Your pen's on fire, bro. Fire.
That fucking
fire. And the thing is, it's not even on some more like, it's quality. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. It's like it's quality.
But that
like,
that whole thing,
to mass produce,
right?
But it's quality. Like your execution is insane.
Yo, man, like people been all of this writing though, it goes to other things. You know what I mean? So some of the writing is like the drills in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Other forms of writing are for other pieces and shit. And then I'm just like, yo, like with the two beats that you gave, they became Golden Brocade and they became Remembered Imperfection.
the whole W verse, the second verse where it's W, that's a poem. That's a poem that I took and I stretched out to fit the rhyme and have the flow, because it wasn't written with the flow like that. It was written as something to look beautiful. And technically, the way I wrote it was the way for you to read it a certain way, and the stanza was built a certain way, like this. So like on paper, it was like this. You know what I mean? Which don't mean shit on the rhyme. Like that shit don't help at all. The shit, you know. But yo, man, it's like the way you make beats though has such a wonderful grittiness though. Like I always feel that like it feels like 96 Recreation all the time with me in my head. You know that RZA song with Cap and all of them, and RZA's just going off. And I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna say, as we do these albums, the complexity of my pen feels more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? It feels more comfortable and shit like that, you know? And it's a lot
because it's like finding that right suit with that perfect first
right, yeah, man. And yo, man, it's a lot of that is, man, because y'all be fucking, woof, fucking smoke. I'll be like, yo, come on, man. Don't forget to give me the instrumental, man, because I need that shit separate too, man. Like,
nah, yo, listen, man. Sunez, you got my math, you know that. Like,
yeah, God.
It ain't nothing but a thing, bro. You tell me,
oh man.
Whatever matter of fact, going forward, whatever I send Kamaal, I'll send you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's peace. Yeah.
Something that you guys are working on.
Yeah. But you see,
it'll be a mass email,
I think that I'm gonna say this though. A lot of people don't know. It's like they see me teaching, and I've been teaching for over half my life. I've been teaching in an official setting. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't get though that it's really the way I'm being a student. Like all the elders know me for being quiet. They don't know all the shit I be saying. They see it later when I'm teaching other people and shit. That mentality, the way I train though, I never talk shit. I never like was this, that. I take that mentality serious though with King. You know what I mean? And so I always defer to him and like the activities. I take everything like an activity, a drill. Like there are songs though that he has tossed back multiple times and been like, it's wrong here. Like, yo, people when they hear Inscription 2 on the solo album, they don't even know how much work I put into that song, man.
Yo, and I'm gonna cut you off. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about because I seen on the YouTube channel. I remember you made comments where you were like, you were talking about the recording process.
Yeah.
And you made mention of that, like, yo, like, it put you in a different chamber where, like you said, it's like it was like you're training,
right?
And learning how to attack the cadence differently. And let me tell you something, man. When I hear you on the production, it reminds me because poetry also, like I love poetry as well. I hear the conviction in what you're saying. Like it doesn't matter. Like the weight is there. You know what I mean? Be it you putting yourself in a scope where you're actually rhyming, or you're I know that you're pulling off a poem. It's like I feel it. You know what I mean? But that's because I actually like that shit too. You know what I mean? Like my mentality and my approach to things. Obviously, like there's a lot of things that are I'm very broad when it comes to like the scope of the things that I like and what actually makes me makes me whole as a person. You know what I mean? The things that I like, things that I don't like, and understanding that I have that that I know the concepts there. It's like, okay, like this shit. Not only does this shit work, it's fucking amazing. You know what I mean? Like literally, that's I'm giving you an honest reaction. Like that's what I get when I hear it. I'm like, yo, because I'll hear King spitting, and I'm like, yo, he's just doing what he do. Like this is tight work. And then you come on, Sunez, and it's like, okay, like he's going to say something now because like there's no way that he's not going to say something. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, man.
I love it, man. I love it. It works. It works in so many different ways, man. And I couldn't be happier. You know what I mean? Because it allows us to lay a very solid foundation. You know what I mean? With the works that we want to continue to put out going forward. You know what I mean? Like this year coming up, it gives us a different focus. You know, the things that we plan on executing and the things that we plan on doing. You know, obviously we're going to approach it in a fashion where it's going to allow us to tap into, you know, clearly you guys and you know, other individuals that are like-minded, to produce something that's going to be just as magical as the first time we put something out. Because that's the thing. A lot of people, you know, they're you know, a lot of people are just, you know, and thanks to you guys as well, it's like they're becoming more aware now of, you know, True Cypher as a production duo. And that's that True Cypher sound. Like, it's, you know, you guys have been championing, you know, that sound, you know, since the beginning. And me and my brother can't thank you guys enough, because it's like, it's what we wanted. You know, you put the music in the hands of the right people, the rest is gonna work itself out. You know what I mean?
Word. And yo, everybody out there, I have to say that Luna LXZ, that's my baby, that's my daughter. And aside from having my youngest daughter on the record, I gotta say the dopest thing was like when my daughter said that the shit was fire, that she walked into hearing some of the album, and she was like, yeah, because she older, so she don't listen to rap. So she was like,
that's even better.
Yeah, so she was like, yeah, so I was like, oh yeah, that's fine. I was like, okay, yeah, that's dope. You know what I mean? That's dope. I was like, I was rhyming on it. You know what I mean? I was rhyming on it. You know what I mean? But yo, it was such a great way. And you know, this album, right, King? Like, we just kept making songs that we really liked and shit. And then all of a sudden it felt done. Like, it was like, yo, we got enough and everything like that. And you know, when King starts to say, like, I think we got an album here, like, he sound like Hannibal at 18. He's like, I think we got an album here, like. And then it's those final touches that he puts, like making me do what if, like, yo, I did a live the other day, right? I did the live the other day. Man, he told me to do the what if verse after that. I get off and he's giving me what if. And I'm like, damn, I gotta make this verse so in a day and shit. Like, I was like, damn, man.
Come on with
it. Yeah. And yo, that song is what I'm talking about. I had these other lines from this other ideas I had. But as I made the song, I chopped it, cut it, because a lot of it didn't sound right. So it feels it feels easier to edit now in the vein of a hip hop song. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It feels more easy to edit that way and make it sound nice and say things, make it sound nice, you know? And I was like, you know, the breath control stuff, I can't really take an excuse for having no breath control, because I'm doing fucking Chi Kung all the time and shit like that. I ain't got no excuse.
Come on now, that's no.
I gotta be able to say the bars. What the fuck I'm gonna say? You know what I mean? Like, you know?
If you ain't got no breath control there, then we got a problem.
Yeah, so I'm like, yo, I gotta do it. And yo, to this day, King knows that every single verse in the album, though, they're all one take. They're all one solid take. There's no, I don't punch in. You know what I mean? Because it confuses me, and I'm still learning pockets, so I don't punch in and do that kind of shit. So Remember the Perfection, the Golden, those two verses, those are all one take. All of that, you know, everything I've ever done.
That also gives you a different set of type of energy, because it's like there's no pause.
Yeah,
so like, it's almost like.
So like I have to choose words that groove my vocals. Like, so when I go move with the contiguous, conspicuous, you know, like I have to. That gives you a breath. Like I have to, you know, that. Yeah, that'll give me a breath and sound good.
People think this shit is easy. It's not, yo. But
this shit, like, you know, when I write about it, I always hear the gifts of the pausing. But when you do it, though, you don't really know how your body is gonna do the pausing and how it adapts to your writing. You know what I'm saying? And King is the one that's really taught me that. Though, like doing the solo album. Man, I got a lot of lessons on that overtly about that. So by the end, when people hear the solo album, I'm just saying, like when they hear the solo album, it goes from like real attacks on the mic from like B-boy like to hardcore, but then it gets into these slow and smooth like ballads or that. By the end, though, all the soul is in there. Like,
yeah, it's that whole heart, the hard and the soft. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, man. Yeah. And you know, I didn't tell you, man, like that Mujer Hermosa beat, you might be the only one that'll catch me singing the on the faint on the end of my verse. I'm singing Angel Canales verse. You know what I mean? I'm like, I was having so much fun with it. I was like, en ti encontré cariño, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm singing Canales verses here. Oh, what the fuck, man? Oh man, because yo, people don't know that me and like, we love the fucking salsa though. We love salsa.
Yo,
man.
that's
like,
that's how I remember my father. Like my dad, my mom still has all
yeah,
the
that's right. That's right. Remembered
and
imperfection,
my dad
man.
just like that's what it was for him. And so it's like, mind you, I wasn't even a big salsa head like growing up, but for the most part, I know salsa when I hear it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And mostly who it's from. So it's like it was the love was there automatically. So it was
your ears can catch that tempo, and that's why when you sample salsa merengue, you catch the tempo. A lot of people can't catch the tempo, because I always hate like when there's a great sample used from salsa or like merengue or something, and then they just strip it and just put a regular drum break that we know on it, and I'm like, nah, you didn't use the tempo that was in it though, that polyrhythmic tempo that's in there. Like you didn't use that, and I'm like, that's how I know you are. That's how I know you are. Yeah.
There's money there, bro.
You gotta know how to do this though. Like, you gotta know how to do this. Like, it's crazy. There's so much to sample. There's
with the upbringing. That has to do with the upbringing, because it's like with anything. I was exposed to that music, for lack of better words, since birth. Like, my parents didn't play music, but they, as far as like instruments and anything like that, but they played music. They had records. They had a record player, and it was every day. It's every week I was hearing something. You know what I mean? And you get older, you start going to, as a young kid, chasing going around with his older brother. You start going to house parties, and you hear the exact same thing. You hear all the current merengue that's out. You hear the current salsa. You get older, you start going to the Spanish clubs, and you hear the sets that they play, and it's usually merengue, salsa, bachata, and a little bit of house music or hip hop and R&B, and then whoop, right back to the same cycle again. And it's like you get exposed to that long enough, and then things you don't even realize it, because that's been the consensus. Most of us, as far as the older generation. We used to complain about that music when we were kids because all we wanted to listen to, as far as I was concerned, was hip hop. Right. And then in the latter half of my life, it's like my wife could tell you all the time. I'll sit here and if I'm running around organizing stuff and cleaning and whatnot, the first thing you hear is the old school bolero or salsa, old school salsa or some old school merengue. You know what I mean? Because that's what I want to hear. It's also putting me in tune with what I grew up with. You know what I mean? Like that sound is going nowhere. You know what I mean? Like it's always going to be there. It's always going to resonate because it's a part of my being. It's part of my fabric.
And that's the thing. I love the ear that certain producers have. Like we got Moto Jazzy in here. Like her ear is crazy. It's so developed. It's so refined. You can hear it in the music. You know what I'm saying? The brother said, FU's joint. FU, peace to FU. Mm-hmm. 2 L's up. Yeah, 2 L's up. And FU, that's produced by 2 Deep. And he bought Equa too, and he knows like he's got the crates and shit like that. And it's so crazy because his stuff is hardcore. It's totally different than true cypher shit. You know what I mean? Totally different. But they're mining the samples, like digging, you know what I mean? And with new sensibilities and shit like that, man. It's just crazy. It's just crazy, you know.
But I just like me and my brother, we want to continue to just add. We want to do it in the most positive, constructive way possible.
There's so many people looking for your beats. I love it though. Like I get hyped though. You know what I mean? Like
you too. Trust me.
Yo, one of the things that is I said yes to this, Manchas Across the Medinas when we did it, and I said yes to it because I was like, you know what? I think people need to hear my words. They're not reading enough of my shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'd give people
this is another vehicle.
Yeah, they would tell me like, they'll tell me like, this is dope, and I'm like, yo, I wrote that, right? Or they'll tell me like they'll ask me about an artist, and I'm like, yo, but like, motherfucking book is this thick. Like,
Here.
it's
Exactly.
why are you asking me about this shit? I put this shit in there, like,
Yo.
you know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, I want these words that I have though, and the beauty of the words though, I want them to hear it and shit like that, man. And it's like, yo, King,
They're
like,
in here.
yo, word.
Yo.
Yo, that's like 800 pages right there. That's 800 pages.
Yeah, man.
You know, and
Absolutely.
the new one though is gonna be like 300 plus already. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even finished with it, and that's just gonna go 300 plus easy. And I'm writing more concentrated. Because I'm writing so much stuff this year that I'm like, yo, I gotta do these real concentrated, you know, and try to say more with less words. And I'm using that style, like we're writing the rhymes to also the way I'm covering artists as well, like less is more. And yo, I don't think it would come out as dope though if I have somebody that was so melodically dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, King is so fucking melodically dope. It's just unbelievable. You know what I mean? Like,
yo, King, you, I mean, you're a dope MC as it is, but it's like I did another dive again because I've been running the project, you know, pretty much nonstop. And the funny thing is, like, your approach to lyricism is our approach to making beats. There's no, like, if this makes sense, it's like there's no style. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's no I rhyme this way and that's it. It's like we listen to everything, we absorb everything, and then what we produce is what we produce. And the thing is, your style is formless. You know what I mean? It's like it'll take the shape of what you want.
You don't even know.
And that right there to me, that's top notch MC right there. That defines a top notch MC for me. You know, it's like here, if I drop one thing, I'm gonna rock with that.
Yeah.
Drums, no drums, it don't matter. You know what I mean?
Yo,
like,
and
you make it work, and it's like that's
right.
what we look for.
Yeah, like, and if King, if you wasn't such a good teacher, I'd already stumbled because trying to rhyme the way you rhyme, I'd already fucked up. So for him to have so much of a dynamic voice, vocally harmonize, hit different pitches in the rhyme, not even singing, but hitting different pitches in the rhyme, like on Spare Ribs. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
That's my joint, bro.
I was like, yo, where in the booth did they put the fucking chinchilla on him when he was doing the verse? Like, that shit went from like, where did he hit that peak? Like, I was like, is there a whore in the room? There's a whore and he's just slapping up somebody, like, right? So I was like, yo, man. But to help me find my voice, though, you know, help me find my voice, and he'd be like, you know what, though, this could be done better. Like, he never wrote anything for me. He never told me that's no good. He said, like, I think it's the syllables. He would show me the exact thing in it. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, oh yeah, because like when I wrote What If, though, the lessons that you taught me, I was like, you know what, he's gonna make me fucking do this in one day. Then I'm gonna tap into all the shit that he taught, though. You know, it's gonna have to be an open book test. Oh, it's gonna have to be an open book test. Yeah. I'm gonna have to use all the shit that he taught me and shit like that. And I was like, you know what? I wrote the verse, right? And I was doing it. I was like, oh, that shit just don't sound right. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, he said, oh, you cut out the syllables. Like, yo, it's like King is like a big head here, like in the movies and shit. And you see the guy's head there. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, King, you're right. I'm like, I start cutting the shit up and shit like that. And then the pausing. Because if you hear What If, though, right? There's a part in What If, though, right? Like where I go long, like with the riff. I'm trying to get it here, right? And I go along with that riff there, and I say like devalue stock, dead stock, sweatshops, them cops, false chops, all crops. But then you would usually lose your breath and stumble. But then I took that, there's this one pause I take there, and I say, respect fake flops, IMF debts to stop. And I reworded everything to have it there because I want the stop to be a thing. All those things I listed, I want them to stop. So I said it would be perfect with the pause, and I'm not going and losing the breath. You know what I mean? Because the breath was there, but not the emotion. So that I'm saying that shit that King taught me, like literally, it was like, yo, this is what you gotta do, you know what I mean? And that inscription too, man. When people hear that, they'll be like, they'll feel that shit. But that shit, that second verse, oh my goodness, though, that shit was like, I had to work on that with him a long time and shit like that. And he didn't write shit. He would just tell me what's wrong. Well, where's it going? Like, it's not in the pocket here. And he gave me examples and shit like that. And I was like, man, we gotta go into this. You know what I mean? And it's
that's well, I don't think you can ask for anything more. You know what I mean? In regards to that, because you know what we're dealing with is synergy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. You're dealing with an environment where you both have your strengths and you both have your weaknesses, and it's reciprocating. You know, you guys will sit there and build off each other, and your level of humility, Sunez, is what allows you to absorb what it is that the king is telling you. Like, yo, do it this way. Because if, you know, there's people that get stuck on their age, there's people that get stuck on their level of knowledge. It's like, listen, man, I stand to, and me and Tones, we stand to learn a lot from both of y'all. And mind you, we're not seeds, but there's other things that we can learn.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm not afraid to say, you know, I'm 47. Oh, you know, compared to most. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm a student for life. I can't stop learning, because that's when you stop growing. You understand? So it's like, I'm always going to put somebody like, okay, what do I stand to learn from you? You know, and being receptive to learning, being receptive to say, hey, you know, because Ken, you in some of the subject matter, like there's people that I've seen, you know, when you make comments and things on like Twitter, you know, this and that. It's like, okay, you know, here you got people that are just stuck because they're like, oh, you know, I know this. And it's like, so I can learn it too. You know what I mean? And, you know, your approach to Sunez is like, listen, man, here's how I would do it. But not only that, but you're not just sitting there pointing the finger and going, oh, no, you fucked up. I can't do this. It's,
right.
Now, listen, tweak this here, change this here. It's like, show me. Because I want to get better. I want to learn. You understand what I'm saying? As long as that's there, listen, man, this thing is going to go on. Like, it's only going to get better, because the growth is you can't even put a number on it, you know, as far as how fast it'll be. But that's just it. That synergy, that ability to learn from each other, like, that's the environment that I thrive in. You know what I mean? And Samantha, you said it best. Humility is key.
That's right.
It's like, yo, we all could stand to learn from somebody else.
Yeah,
man.
Know?
And I think that people get hung up on ego. You know, like, oh, I know this and I know this. It's like, listen, both of y'all probably know more than me in a number of different subject matters. But there's things that I know. You know what I mean? That if you guys would tell me, yo, I want you to show me how to do this, I'm not only am I not going to hold it over your head like, oh, they're coming to me because I know this. No, it's, yo, sharing is caring. What do you want to know, son? This is how I do it.
Right.
Now, if you want to add on to what it is that I do and, you know, open up another chamber for me, amen, because guess what? We're going to learn together. You know what I'm saying? But on the same token, not to get all long-winded, but it's like, I love seeing that, because it translates into what we're doing. It translates on our music. It translates with you guys on the mic. Like, that right there, it's a beautiful thing, and that's going to carry, like, any project that we do, anything that we push forward, that's what's going to carry it going forward. You know what I mean? Because you guys fit. There's no, like I said, it's not a competition. It's not a competition. And the thing is, the moment that, anytime that we've come into a situation where, like, somebody wants to compete with us or this, that, and the third, it's like, you're going to do that shit by yourself. Because I don't have energy for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to prove nothing. I'm gonna continue doing what I do, and not until I prove what I do.
Right. And yo, man, I scoured the whole landscape, man. Nobody's making beats like True Cypher. You know, that's what makes these producers just like the MC so dope, because like nobody has it like that. Like when I hear True Cypher beat, like, yo, when you did the album with Doza, I didn't even hear. I heard one of the songs first, and I said. And Doza makes beats, though. Doza can make beats.
He's fire, bro.
He's amazing.
That's the bro,
And I was like, but I heard the song from it. And I said, that's not Doza though. That's gotta be. That sound like True Cypher. You know what I mean? And I was right. You know what I mean? That shit was right. And you know what's interesting? And I'm saying this for people though, because I interviewed Doza, and he told me that when he was in a writing funk, and when he got your beats though, that shit got him out of the fucking writer's block. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he even said it like when we first started like working, like reaching out to each other. Just I knew him from the Narcotex and everything.
Right.
Done, and it's like it's all been fire. So I'm like, yo, I'm a fan. But when he heard this stuff, it was like, yo, I'll send you some joints. And the irony is that like he even said it. He was like, bro, it was nice to like just take the back seat and just focus on writing. Like I don't have to worry about beat. I don't have to worry about nothing.
Right.
The majority of the joints that I sent them. And mind you, this was like off a one-shot type deal. It was like, I sent him the beats, and he was like, bro, like, I don't even want to touch it.
Yeah.
You know, like, the whole thing, like, mixing and mastering and all something. He was like, yo, you actually got it to where it, like, I tweaked maybe 2 or 3 joints, and he heard the difference between what I originally sent him and what I tweaked, and he was like, nah, I'll just keep it the way you sent it the first time. Because it was like, I want that. I want that sound. I want to keep it that way. And it was just like, that made me feel good because I'm like, yo, like I don't mind like if I'm I'm still learning that mixing and mastering part. Like I tweak the songs to the way that I want to hear them. But at the end of the day, it's like I know the mixing and mastering part is make sure the levels and everything are right. Like that's something that I'm in that table learning as well. Making the beat is making the beat.
Right.
It's different when you're dealing with other parameters and you're also dealing with you guys as MCs, the vocalists, and not having to compete. Everything needs to be, on the same page.
For sure.
And with Doza, he was like, "Yo, I don't even want to touch." I mean, he was like, "Nah, like it was great, just taking the back seat and just
word.
I was having fun."
And you know what? Yeah, man.
I don't let the cat out the bag on this one, but we got La Cura was the first project we did. We this is how quick we work. We did La Cura. He recorded that. And within the next, within a week or two, we recorded the part 2 to it. That shit's been done. He just,
yeah, he told me how fast he did shit. Yo,
yep.
The God 07 is here. Yo, God, I had a battle, I had a diss track, and I had to diss that motherfucker Sam Hill. God, I don't even know if I told the God 07 that this motherfucker made a diss song and just totally said that he was glad my mother was dead and fuck that bitch. You know what I mean? This is the kind of battle tracks motherfucker make though. But I actually mentioned the God 07 in the battle, the song we did when I mentioned him. And I didn't even know that he wrote that shit. I didn't even know he did that shit. But he had disrespected 07 too though. So I had mentioned him in the song. I had to tell that to the God. You know what I mean? But that's why I said this one when in the song when I say disrespecting everyone is criminal, even the omnipotent, while you the inarticulate, insignificant, discrepant. You know what I mean? Omnipotent. That's the God 07. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's Pam Hill. That's right.
Pam Hill.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, Pam Hill. You know what I mean? But yo, peace to Genghis Khan, another brother though. You know what I mean? Stand up. You know what I mean? As real as the lyrics. You know what I mean? As real as the lyrics. You know. But yo, man, we went through a lot of songs on this one. We played a lot of the songs. We got, for those that don't know, when I placed this on there, we built for a long time with Indigo, who did our cover, who killed 2 tracks. You know what I mean? And I know King realizes this too. A lot of shit behind the scenes, she be hatting on with us all the time, helping us with so much shit. It's not even funny. You know what I mean? She's a blessing, you know? And now we got True Cypher. You know what I mean? We got the God the True Cypher. You know what I mean? And yo, man, it's this dope. You know what I mean? Because I be listening to these like a little kid, man. Like sometimes I can't even believe I did that shit. You know what I mean?
See, I have the same reaction when I hear the project complete. When I get tracks back, and I'm like, yo, they did that. That's fire.
Yo, man.
I get the same reaction.
Yo, as a writer, I just want to say something that people say, yo, that shit was dope. Like when I write, ever since 1994, when I was first published, though, it's always for somebody to say, listen, this motherfucker can write, though. You know what I mean? And now I know that people got to rewind Not just for what I wrote though, but the way I said it though. You know what I mean? The way I said that shit. You know, just like when you turn off the record though, you still gonna be singing. You asked for it. Now I know you. Yo, I was doing that for a whole week when I was writing that song. I was like, I was like doing that shit every day.
That's just hilarious, yo.
I was doing that shit all the time though. You know what I mean? Yo, the guy that's like, yo, man, I got like, it's like I'm working with Mos Def over here. You know what I mean? Like, fucking crazy, God. The guy is just nuts, man. Oh man, we can't hear you, God. I don't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Make sure you got that shit right. No, we can't hear you, God. Maybe you got something on mute or something, or like it's the headphones. They may not be plugged. Yeah, we got you, God. We got you, God. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you know, the guy O said something, man, like a minute ago with, with ego, like people not like egos, nobody being, on swole with a lot of stuff and everything, man. I feel like we doing what we supposed to be doing, and as the old players used to say, it ain't what's on you, it's what's in you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know what I mean? So it's like all of us do what this is what we do. So it's like it's no need to have an ego. And when I see like a lot of these people that be online, that be like acting a certain way, I feel like the bigger the ego, the smaller the talent, and eventually people gonna see that when the hype dies down, that person ain't as dope as they're like projecting themselves to be, man. Like one thing I love about myself and everybody that I rock with, man, is we don't give a fuck about that ego shit, man. We just do what we do, man. This is who we are. You know what I mean? Like I just be like, let's just make music. Like we work hard outside of music. People, like I was saying to a guy like Sunez earlier in Indy, people don't know as like producers, writers and everything, artists and all that, they don't know what you go through outside the booth on a day to day, you know what I'm saying? And still be able to create and not miss a beat, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's a job within itself, man, because I'm pretty sure everybody on this live right now could think of what heavy shit they was probably like dealing with when they created their illest beat or wrote their dopest article or their dopest verse or anything like that, man. But look what we come out with. You see what I'm saying? Like, man, like it's like and as far as like what I do, man, I feel like what like Bruce Lee said, you gotta be like water, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I never wanted to be confined to like a style. Like never. I never wanted to be confined to a style or an era or anything. I don't give a fuck. Like I'm cool if you say
that's real. I'm saying like if I had thought of who could mentor me and really teach me how to rhyme and shit, like get this rhyme the way I should and all that, thinking about it, not knowing you'd be the last person I would do it with. I said, this motherfucker do everything though. I'm gonna be fucking stumbling. This motherfucker do everything. Have you ever gone through the King Kamaal fucking catalog though? This motherfucker singing, this motherfucker doing all different type of beats. He got beats I don't like. He got beats I love. He got fucking the G funk. He got every fucking thing. He got the cut flows, the trap flows. He got everything. And I'm like, man, I can't even fuck with this, man. I can't even fuck with this. This is too much shit.
There's nothing that he can't rock on.
Oh, there's nothing.
That's a testament to his skill set.
That shit is ridiculous, guys. That shit is ridiculous.
I'm just humble, man, and I'm happy to be able to like still be able to like do it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I always tell people, like I said earlier, is I'm culture born years old. I'm 49. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I don't have.
You like you had that baby face, bro.
Hey, God,
Yo, Indy said the same thing. Indy said the same thing, right?
I know, right? Like it's like but
Yo, that is insane, bro. I easily pegged you for like early. I was honestly not even trying to think. I pegged you like for early 30s.
But you know what? But that's peace though, God, because it's like I think with me, I think I was fortunate, that when I got knowledge of self at the age of like 14, man, it's like immediately some of the things like how to eat to live and all that and all those different things, I held on to some of those stuff as like a young FOI, like for a certain amount of years and stuff before I like got down with the gods and all that. And I had my vices off and on throughout the years, but there's certain things I kept with me to kind of like keep me balanced. And fortunately, like all of us, I'm pretty sure we don't look like shit that we've been through. And we look like and we look like what we've been through. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, forget it. That'd be a whole.
You know what I mean? Like for real, like man, hey, Facebook, your boy come through and shut the whole like live down, and man, we get 24-hour ban. You know what I'm saying? but I mean, like, but you know, it's like I said, man, like one thing that I've learned through each decade, like I was telling Sunez earlier, is going through different decades and seeing different styles and different artists come and go. It's like the lessons say, you take the best part for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's like coming originally from the Midwest, it was like a plethora of like different like styles of music and everything. Like we didn't have like a signature sound. This was like years before all that drill and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like we had East Coast influence there. We had West Coast influence. We had down South influence. We had the Boricua experience. We had the Mexican community experience. Like we had like all of that mixed in together. So it was like a big melting pot. And because I moved around a lot and I went from different states and all that, I had different experiences. That's why you could get a West Coast sounding track out of me, or you could get a down South track out of me where it's actually organic and I don't sound like somebody from another coast trying to sound Southern. Like it's in me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Me being from like from a family where one part is like, you know what I'm saying, where they from, other part from Santo Domingo and all these different places. Like it was just one big melting pot of like just different things. And I just fused all that in. And one thing I used to hate the most about my music when I would rhyme with other cats, I didn't have like a strong like rap voice. So I said, man, you know what? I said I want to be a fucking human instrument. Because you're not gonna play a real instrument the same way on every fucking track and whatnot. Of course, you take somebody that know how to play an instrument and they know how to play by ear, which basically is freestyling. It's not gonna be any type of style. So when I get on a track, I try to be the missing instrument within the track. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't give a fuck if I get on a track that sound boom bap and everybody is like coming with the grimy and the gun bars. I'm thinking, how can I sing on that motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? I'm always going left. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, when you hear the God Sunez like solo album, man, that last joint we did like when I was like doing some editing for the last song on his album that's coming, like it had me like, it literally caught me off guard and had me like in tears while I was sitting up there doing some mixing. Like it caught me off guard like that, God. Like, you know, we do what we do because that's who we are. We make reality look, you know, like music. You know what I'm saying? Like each and every one of us play like a very major, important part. And the hate, the jealousy, and the critiquing comes from people that can't do it, or people that have been faking it like for so long and everything. And then when they see you getting love, they get fearful and intimidated because they feel like it's taken away from them. Where, like you said earlier, earlier you was like, man, I'm gonna keep doing what I do right here and whatnot. Like, ain't nobody in competition with you. This is what I do, and you don't like it. Hey, you know what I mean?
Just keep it moving.
Yeah, man, and it's like, it's just dope to have, like, because True Cypher, there's some seminal records that you've already done. The shit with AP the Overlord, the whole Michael Jackson series. That
oh man,
that shit is so fucking dope. Like, that's one of the best records. That's one of the best record albums of the year.
I love that album.
He literally was like, I'm gonna send you the joints. He literally sent me sample after sample after sample after sample after sample, and I was like, you know what? This is what I got to work with. Like, again, it's the mentality of training, the mentality.
That's right. That's right.
Having that discipline to say, okay, and I welcome that. Both tones, and I welcome that. So trust me the reason why I say this to you guys as well is because y'all can do the same thing, If you guys, if there's something that you like, you know what? I want to see if they can flip this. Shoot it my way. Shoot it my way. I guarantee you, I got work for it. Man, because for me, it's like, okay.
Man, you don't. Oh shit.
That faith for me.
Now you got grieving. Wait. Tay, do you see Kid? You see Kid Kamaal right now? You see his face? He just. That shit is.
The hamster wheels.
This shit is moving though. That motherfucking face turned into Quincy Kamaal right there. That shit. He went back on the block. He went back on the block of that motherfucker right there.
The reason why I say that is because, listen, technology is a wonderful thing. Look, all three of us are in our respective places, right? Back in the day, we would have to actually be in the same location. Yeah. Okay, so technology has afforded us the ability to actually construct within the confines of our own living space, right? Our own little comfort zones, if you will. But back in the day, it was like, you need to come to the studio. You need to come to the studio. You need to be here. Right. You need to spend hours here. You need to consult, like, there's nothing but air and opportunity now for us because of this level of technology. I don't want to be, my ear is my ear. Tony's ear is Tony's ear. We collectively produce, and I could sit here and produce a number of tracks that I think King would like, a track that Sunez would like. But there's nothing more organic than when you tell me, I got this piece right here. I don't know what to do with it, but I'm hearing something. I heard this sample. I love it. What can you do for me? Send it my way. Why? Yeah. Because what you're gonna get is what AP got. Right. Because literally, none of those samples that he sent me, none of them, they didn't come off of my back. I didn't say, okay, I got this and I'll figure it out. He sent me all the shit. He was like, flip this.
Nah, but
flip this. And my work ethic is very simple. Right. You send me one joint. Before you get anything back, I'm gonna send you back 3.
Yo, True Cypher, y'all are Fantasia though. That broom be breaking in millions of pieces and shit. But for the people that if they don't know what I'm talking about AP the Overlord's Dangerous 2 LP.
Dangerous.
And that shit takes Michael Jackson samples, and I'm saying, like, you just said what you did, but flipping Michael Jackson samples is not easy though. I mean, like, one of the most greatest songs of all time flicks to Michael Jackson, the fucking Illmatic album. You know what I mean? Like, right? Like,
love that joint too.
Yeah, so I'm like, like, you can't just like, let's do it. You should. The regular response is supposed to be, what the fuck are you talking about, man? I'm not doing that shit. Like,
right? I'm like, come on with it.
Yeah, like, you're not touching that shit.
I love a challenge because for me, it's growth.
Yeah, man.
It's growth.
I mean,
growth. I want to get better.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
and I add though, because a lot of people don't know about this album, the AP the Overlord EP, the Kuro Kabuto. The Kuro Kabuto, that shit was fire too, you know what I mean? And not just because they mentioned the Iron Butterfly, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that shit was fucking fire too, man. Like, there's so much work. And it's such a blessing to be
on the records like that. You know what I mean? And all of this experience has only made me write about music and understand it even more. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just crazy. It put me in that musician circle.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, and to add on to that, I put this in. I think I put this either in the post or on because I just started recently doing lives, but I think it was on a post. I don't even take a personal moment. Like, we work with who we want to work with, right?
Right.
For the most part, you see the synergy. How we work. There's no payola. There's no I want this up front. I'm charging $300, $400, $500 for a beat. Listen, for us, it's about working. It's about work. That's where the pay comes in for us. You know what I mean? Yeah. Down the road, as we continue to grow and become even more proficient. Sure. Okay. We'll get into that situation where finances talk finance up front, but there's I told Tony this a long time ago. I said, for us, it's about putting in the groundwork first, and putting in the hours, and cutting your teeth with dope MCs to put that sound out. When you conceptualize something and you put it out, to have that so that it's adding on to the resume. You understand what I'm saying? But that being said, we work with who we work with, but it also gives us a level of control because at the same time, we're fans of people's music. We like who we like. And, there have been people that reached out to us and it's like, yo, can you send us some beats, and I'll do the due knowledge. I'll go on their page and I'll look and everything, and it's like, no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the thing is, I have a choice. I can sell them a beat.
You're right.
But then at the same time, it's hard. It's like your words are your babies. You understand what I'm saying? It's like you don't want to just give them away to anybody. Our beats are our babies. We don't just want to give them away to anybody. We want. We know what we want to hear, and the people that do our beats justice. So it's like we want to grow that. You know what I mean? So there's people that we send beats to where I don't mention no names. I don't say nothing because at the end of the day, it's like I get it. It's scheduling more than anything. You know what I mean? It's like if you have a rollout with your books, you know what I'm saying, Sunez, and it's like there's certain things you have a certain timetable with. Sometimes fitting in a project or something else, it's not. You don't have the man hours to do it.
Sure.
So it's like okay, I can start something and leave it there, and then I'll continue. But then when I'm done, I'll come back to that. You coming back to that, it may be next year. It may be 6 months from now. You understand? So I understand that. But you'd be surprised. There's some projects with some folks that they'll have a full project on EP. I've heard beats, I've heard everything. And it's been over a year, sometimes even 2 years, where the music hasn't been released. And it's like, okay, at first it stung, when I've seen that come across that, but then at the same time, it's like I'm the last person to judge because some of these people I still follow on Instagram, whatever, and a lot of times you can see the personal lives unfolding. So a lot of times there's personal situations that occur where they're not as active on social media anymore because there's personal things happening. That being said, I take that with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? What we do as far as approaching with our beats with anything, like if we send folks beats and all we ever ask from anyone is like, yo, we send you a pack, tell me what works. Because you're gonna get what you want. At the end of the day, we're not you got carte blanche. So it's like, yo, we send you 10 beats, you want all 10, they're yours.
Man.
If only 3 out of those 10 work for you, take the 3, let me know which ones they are so I don't shop them around elsewhere. Take the other 7 out of the rotation, put it back into the pool so that somebody else hears it. Because again, we've seen it happen with all of the the big folks in hip hop, Jay-Z and Nas, people passing over beats, and you're like, when somebody else gets it and it was meant for them. Because then when you hear like somebody like Jay-Z passed on a certain beat, then you're like, oh shit, he passed on that. But then you start thinking maybe it wouldn't even sound the same if he would have got on that.
Yeah, it makes more sense like that too, because there are beats that I'm getting more and more now where like certain beats, they're all dope, but certain beats I feel like I want to say stuff on that. There's things I want to say on that. You know what I mean? And it don't always happen and shit like that, And that's probably one of the things, like,
for me, the way I see it, like I was telling you before, is like I just play I'm a disciple here. I take the challenge that King Kamaal throws at me. You know what I mean? But when he says he got a true cipher beat, I'll be like, oh, okay. I relax a little bit. I relax a little bit because I know I'm gonna be able to be comfortable on it. Though I'm good. I'm gonna be okay on it. Yeah, man.
You know what's coming.
Yeah.
Man. No, we and I expect this to King as well. It's like we don't, you know, once we work with you, we work with you. Like there's no, you know, things can go in a you know, we all want things to go in a super positive direction. So at the end of the day, things can skyrocket.
Right.
And it's never going to be about that with us. You know what I mean? Because that's just a certain level of integrity that we want to maintain. You know what I mean? And
you all are stand up, and I want everybody like I would love 07. Everybody, I want everybody on your beats, yo. I want everybody.
Listen, we want to stand. We stand on that. We stand on that. Like, yo, if we start working with you, there's a rapport. Count on us. Like, yo, there's no you know, I want to reach out to O or Tones, but I don't know. Nah, son. Like once this working relationship has been established, like y'all good. You know what I mean? It's like the whole quote, like no new friends. Like once y'all good with us, that's it.
Yeah.
There's no
word. And yo, Trico asked
you guys can hit us up for whatever you want.
Word. Trico asked a question like, yo, you know, me and Kamaal, we made all these albums, yo. I'm out here in Shaolin, and he's in Chicago. So, you know, like me and the guy, like we're brothers to the end, and we actually have not physically met.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we actually have not physically met. That's how well we connect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On all levels, because we was already brothers though, building with this knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like we was seriously building with this knowledge itself. You know what I mean? And we really connected that way. You know what I'm saying? And yo, all I'm saying is that when we physically meet, man, it's gonna be a party, boy.
Oh no,
no doubt.
You know, I was telling King, my first experience with Sunez was at an umbrella.
That's right. Show. That's right. Wow. And a lot of the things that you said today, you told me that day. And it's funny, I was thinking about that. I never imagined that, yo, man, I'm gonna be rhyming on this motherfucker's beats, like. Yo.
Listen, mind you, it wasn't even a thing. It was that whole thing about, you know, being in tune with people. You know what I mean? It's like, I knew what I felt when I first met you, and it was like, it wasn't a matter of if, it was just a matter of when.
Right. Yeah, we just build like, you know, like even through the whole show we was building. You know what I mean? It was a connection. You know what I'm saying? And we stay building. You know what I mean? But like, yo, we've been on this thing a long time. Like, yo, just talking about this shit. Like, yo, and yo, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful, man, because like I just say, listen, I'm grateful. When I started to be a writer in hip hop, it was because I felt I couldn't do the other elements. And then I said, I'm gonna do this element of writing so dope that they're gonna say it's an element. You know what I'm saying? And by the time I start MCing, though, nobody could tell me that what I did with the pen isn't an element. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if somebody says, "Oh, well, you finally did the element," no, I did too. You know, because I made my own element, and it's like when I do this hip hop stuff now, it's such a blessing. It just feels like such an incredible thing. You know what I'm saying? It feels like an incredible thing. Like and King, like you got. A lot of times I write ideas, like I got whole passages, ideas and shit. And because of King, I like to blame shit on King. Good shit on King. Yo, now
it's your fault, man.
Yeah, now sometimes things come out as poetry, other times things come out as essays. Like, you know, there are a lot of times, like, you know, with all the teaching I do and all the writing, a lot of stuff comes out of my head like whole essays, like about topics, subjects, you know?
Right.
But now I'll be writing bars and shit. I'm like, oh, this is a fucking bar right here. Y'all got me writing bars and shit, like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Hey man, you know, when you trying to get out of rapper mode, you just gonna have to like decompress and throw you some 3-stack flutes on.
Yeah. Wait.
Clear your mind.
Fuck that. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. I'm doing a harmonica album. I'm doing a harmonica album next, you know what I mean? We're doing a harmonica album next, so this motherfucker want to take out the flute.
Yo, Sam got the flutes in the comment section.
Yo, amazing. Yo, I'm done, yo.
I'm telling you, man.
Yo, hey, man. Hey, I got you, bro.
For sure.
Yeah.
Play some good shit with that harmonica, bro.
Yo.
It's fun.
Yeah. It's gonna be, because the harmonica. I bought the harmonica because I love the blues and shit, and I wanted a small instrument just to go out there. And a lot of people know, like when I train out there, I'll be alone and shit. And sometimes when I'm too tired though after training, it's all alone. So I just be playing with the harmonica. And the harmonica, you can't make. There's no wrong notes on it. There might be wrong put together note, badly put together notes, but you can't play a wrong note on a harmonica. So it's the dopest instrument. So it's like, yeah, you can see, I'm gonna be Stevie though, yeah, like I'm gonna be Stevie, but there's gonna be blues though. I'm gonna be talking some shit, like, you know what I mean? I'll throw a bar and then, yeah, we can do it like that. If they could do it, man, shit. And yo, I got like the little thing. Yo, I always have it right in the desk though, because if I get lost, like I gotta play the south side. I got the little maraca.
Okay, man.
There you go.
Get you right on track, man.
Yo, I could play the shit out of these things though. You know what I mean?
Damn, I believe it.
Because oh, like you gotta get the roll. You know the one I'm talking about, like that roll on it. You can't just. You gotta get that. That roll, So I'm gonna be a multi-instrumentalist. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be crazy.
Started, bro? You see what you started?
Hey man, we got us a regular new age Yanni up in this
Yeah.
man. Oh shit.
I don't even know that. But that's the thing. Yo, word is bond though. That's the thing. Like we older, we not only I feel like we not only preserve our youth though, but we live youthfully. Through all the trials and tribulations, we live youthfully. That's why, like, the only thing I had wrong, like, yo, I'm gonna say this, like, this is my rapper moment. Like I told King, this is my rapper masturbation tweet shit. You know what I mean? Because I was like, yo, 3 Stacks is a novice playing the flute and shit like that. And he was MC, and he's the same age as us. But I'm starting out MCing though. Now you tell me who doing this shit better. You know what I'm saying? He playing the flute better as an MC, or am I rhyming better being a writer all this time? I'm just saying though, don't be lying to me. Don't be lying to me though. You know what I mean? Like, his flute is not. Yeah, his flute is not fucking with my MCing. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Man, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what? Hey, man, it's what it is. But you know what? While the hamster wheels was turning and stuff like that, when O said what he said, it was like he gave that look like, oh shit, I know that look. Yo, all I'm saying, somebody in the comment section also said it to confirm what O said. Like, yo, just imagine Cypher with salsa samples where it's just you rocking over the tracks with it.
Yo, I got some crates I'll throw at you too, man. Like of all kinds though, like yeah. But like, yo, man, just to like,
that ain't nothing but an opportunity, God. Like, as soon as you let me know what you let me know what you want,
man, that's what I know, man. Yo, you don't know, like we're word is bond, like the things that you did for me, King, during this album, making this, because we did this and the solo at the same time. It is a blessing to my life though. Like it's a blessing to my life though. And
the way True Cypher, the way y'all made music and just shared it with us so freely, and it just was a perfect grittiness that I love, and it just really made it so much easier for me to become what I've become. You know what I'm saying? To become what I've become and become what I wanted to be with this. You know what I mean? And still develop. So like I'm just grateful, and grateful that just
too, man. Trust me.
and that's
no
it.
doubt.
The shit that you got from Serious Beats, the shit that True Cypher been throwing, like these things are instrumental to my life. Like literally, I'm pun intended, instrumental to my life. You know what I mean? Like they help me express myself in different ways and shit like that, and get ideas out that were always in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
it's something.
Wow.
It's something about True Cypher production, man, that just like it just makes you completely zone out. It's like while you trying to create at the same time, I know for me, it put me on a trip to where my mind and everything just be like traveling, and I be in a zone as if I'm in like in a meditative like type state. And by the time I snap out of the trance of like hearing a track, that's when I hurry up and I cut the mic on and everything, and it just started coming out, have it come out, man. And I just try to, like some people focus on the verse, the bridge, this right here, back to the bridge. Like me, I try to do all that with the different deliveries and stuff, because I feel like when I listen to like one of you all's beats, man, it just it sends me on like a journey and a straight zone out for like 3 minutes, man. And what I love so much about y'all production, it's like, well, many things, but one of the things I really love is like how aren't long at all, so it challenges you to like, yo, you
that's
gotta
the
come
premise.
with your shit.
Let me let you know something. So like, when I built with Tony, I was like, yo, how long should we usually make tracks when we send them out? And he told me anywhere between 2 minutes and 15 seconds to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And usually that sweet spot, if you want to talk about being bar specific, it's literally 48 bars in total. So it gives you enough room to kind of have a little intro. You get your 16 in, you get a hook, you get another 16. But here's the thing: we're not confined to that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if you want something that's 3 minutes long, you want something that's 3 minutes long, you want something that's 4 minutes long, we can extend the track however you want it.
Right,
you know
right.
I mean? Like it's never a thing where it's like, okay, you're confined to that. We're not confined to that. So
y'all know my saying though. Yo, concentrated supremacy. That's what I be doing in these True Cyphers though, because it's like we pack in a whole bunch of shit on it.
King, what you said earlier, you're the second MC that has literally told me that. The first one to tell me that was the Badass D-Nac, because there was a track that I sent them. I want to say early last year that he did for us, right? And when he sent me the track, he literally told me, he was like, bro, I was up to like almost 4 a.m. recording, and he was like, I had to record it right then and there. He was like, because if I would have stopped and recorded it like later on in the day, like slept and then got and tried to record it again, he was like, it wouldn't have come across the same. Like when he told me that, it was literally basically what you just said. It's like he heard it and it was just like he was in a zone. Yeah. And the moment that, like you said, that he cut the joint off and he was like, all right, he got to working, and it was like, I gotta do this now. Like it's not even on something, I gotta get him something. Real. It was like, I gotta do this now. And it's like knowing that that's saying that we got that. That's
word.
Forever grateful, man, because it's like that's what we want. Man. We just want to put out more work where it's challenged, and accepted, and it puts you as an MC in a position where it pushes you, it pushes your pen, it pushes your thought process.
Right.
No doubt. Because we don't. The last thing we want is to give you something that's super grimy and gritty and just like it's like, okay, this that shit, and then it is you coming across the shit all lazy. Right. And you know what I mean? Like it doesn't match. You know what I mean? Like that's the last thing we need, because it's like now this is why I say like we work with who we work with, because it's still our stamp. Right. It's still our stamp. Like King, you dropping, Sunez dropping, lyrics and verses on our joints. It's still our stamp on there. You know what I mean? Collectively, it's like we all put our stamp, we all put our mark on there. It has to. It got to match. You know what I'm saying? Like the energy has to be across the board.
It got to.
I give you something and then it's like you give me back and it's like this watered down, just all just.
Word.
Because then now that music gets put out and then people start hearing that and you're like, well, who produced that? Because they're already gonna say that their CD was whack, but they're gonna go and go, okay, well, who produced that shit? Oh, okay. Then you start hearing the association. You know, it's like this because that's how people think. It's like, oh, they produced that. Oh, all right. And next thing you know, the well starts running dry because then people start reaching out. You know, people start, automatically assuming, oh, they just work with whack MCs or just MCs don't got it like that. And it's like, this is why I prefer, me and Tony prefer control. Like at the end of the day, it's like we work with who we work with.
Right.
I mean, and when we establish that working relationship and we have that rapport, there ain't nothing that you guys are gonna get from us. You guys got the keys to the kingdom.
Man,
like I said, it's like for me, it's like I said, the King. You recently got my man. Sunez has been having my man for a minute.
No doubt.
Whatever y'all need, it's not even a question.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's a matter of what, when.
Word. And
man, I'm humble likewise,
word. Man. And I had to let the God 07 in. Peace to the God 07. I had said 07. I had mentioned 07 on a verse in this album too, because you know what I mean. I can't have. People don't know 07 is my brother. I've known 07 over 20 years, God. Like.
That's what's up.
That's my brother right there. Like
that's peace.
Much love and respect. I just didn't want to let the opportunity go by because I turned on the phone and I tapped into y'all. I was just about to put the babies to bed and everything, but I wanted to make sure I got the opportunity to salute y'all. You know what I'm saying? And thank y'all because y'all been providing a lot of great inspiration. I mean, y'all been making me want to push my pen a little further. All three of y'all, and it's dope to see and hear the synergy, you know what I'm saying, between y'all. It's ill that y'all haven't met in person before because it didn't walk that way.
Peace to the young God.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, it's dope because, like, when you do have that connection, it shows.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. Yo, we're going to have to cut it short for everybody who was there. My battery ran out, and I didn't even notice, and I plugged it in too late. It didn't give me an opportunity. You know what I mean? Oh, man. But, I'm going to put the link, the album link. Check out the album. Any questions about the album? It's out there. You know what I mean? Peace. Thank you for supporting.